Hello everyone. Before we get started on this week's episode, just a quick word that YouTube in all its infinite wisdom has decided that some of the Die Party games are now not suitable for advertising. It doesn't mean a whole lot for the content. I'm not going to censor the videos in any way, but if you'd like to lend your support so that Die Party can continue to grow, please check out the Patreon or subscribe on the Twitch channel. Enjoy the episode. Hello everyone, welcome back to another week and another episode of Die Party Solar Ascendancy, our weekly thus far Stars of That Number Revised Edition role-playing experience that we do right here on this Twitch channel. This amazing and not like anything else Twitch channel. I can guarantee that. Yeah, second episode. Still working out all the mechanics. The reason why we took so long to get started is because we were like, oh shit, we haven't got goals written for our characters. So that's basically what we were doing. We're sitting here writing goals and stuff like that. So, and Eric just dropped a 14-month. Thanks, dude. My man. But yeah, so let's go around and introduce everyone. And then we can get started in the game. So, Elvin Tower, aka Derek, my man. What's up? How you doing?
Hey there, Henley. All good, all good. I mean, just like working my ass off this week. It's been a very busy week.
Yeah? Give us an idea. What have you been doing? Cartographing?
Yeah, I mean, I do maps every day. That's a given. But I've been thinking about releasing a thing on DM's Guild, but I'm still deciding whether to do something like a compilation of like a bulletin board, what you could find in a town with quests written into it, something like that. So like a graphic prop for players, or something like a monster manual for baby monsters and rules on how to raise them.
Oh my goodness, do it! Oh my God!
I'm already working on that with my brother. I'm probably gonna use the name Volo's Guide to Baby Monsters.
Like, are you going to be hoping to like sell this book thing, or is it you just putting it together for shits and giggles? Like, what are you doing?
Well, the plan is to sell it on the DM's Guild. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to use that name.
I've never looked at the DM's Guild, so you have to excuse my ignorance there. So,
it's kind of like a drive-through RPG.
Right.
The thing is, there's this D&D book. The name is Volo's Guide to Monsters. Yeah. So if I use that on my website or Patreon, they would sue me instantly. But in the DM's Guild, you can use the Dungeons and Dragons property, like the trademarks and stuff. You can use everything.
Right.
It could be like Volo's Guide to what to expect when you're expecting or something.
Yeah, you could use everything.
Volo's guide, like, Volo's 21 easy step guide for expecting parents.
Like, oh, look at my little baby owl bear. It's gonna kill me when it grows older, but it's adorable right now.
That's awesome. Well, that's fantastic. You been playing any games at all, man? I know there's a couple of Zelda games that you need to get through yet, so.
I know, like I'm still playing the Link's Awakening game, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm probably at the third dungeon, second or third.
Let me tell you something about the seventh dungeon in that game. I got stuck for months on that as a teenager because there's a wall that you need to blow up, and I couldn't fucking find it, and I didn't see it for the longest time.
It's not discolored?
No, it's not. Like, basically, like that's an old Game Boy game one where you go down a screen and then the screen moves, sort of thing, right? So if you go down the screen below, it has like a wall that has like a pillar of rocks that you can't go through on either side. And then if you scroll up, it's you can see that you can't see any cracks on the wall. So the idea is that you just have to throw a bomb at that wall and it blows up, and you can walk through the pillars that you can't get through otherwise. But it took me the longest fucking time as a teenager to just be like. And I still remember that because it fucking annoyed the shit out of me. I remember having to ask a guy on the bus how to fucking do it. because they didn't have.
Well, the thing is, with rerun of Zelda games, since we're adults now and we have to work and stuff to do, I can't afford to spend months trying to discover stuff. So every time I get stuck, I go to the guides. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I lived in Australia on a farm. There was no internet when I was.
I know. I mean, when I was young and I played I got stuck plenty of times on the Ocarina of Time games.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I probably got stuck for like 2 months in the water temple.
Fuck the water temple.
Fuck the water temple.
And Shadow Temple. Oh my gosh.
I avoided the Shadow Temple because I didn't want to go in there as a kid. I remember that.
I just found it.
Yeah, there was no internet, so
I found it awkward to use the magnifying glass and try to shoot his hands.
But yeah, man. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Awesome.
It's funny, man, because like I remember the water temple and then fucking fighting your reflection or whatever, and just
Shadow
being like,
Link?
God.
Negative.
Yeah, Shadow Link. I got the Shadow. Yeah, I forgot what it was called. It's been fucking centuries, right? I remember that fight and just being like, I can't beat my. I thought the temple was challenging, but I thought this fight was even more fucking bullshit. Like, I don't know that game. Sorry, it's got a little weird nostalgia, like angry nostalgia.
I remember, yeah, that game being so weird because there were so many things in that game that, as a kid, when another kid would be like, yeah, man, just shoot the sun with an arrow on this spot and you get sun arrows. And I'm like, fuck off. Fuck off. You don't. And then you do it and you're just like, what the fuck? That game was stupid weird, man. Oh, but these days, nothing is safe. Like, can you imagine if Dark Souls came out in a time when there was no internet? Or no guides or anything like that? Like, that'd be insane.
I'm sorry, you mean Zork?
That's the way it's supposed to be played.
Yeah. Shut up about that.
I mean, you're literally describing when Zork came out in the 80s and there was no internet and people would be like, I'm going to drop this shit. I don't need it. And they realized that they dropped the shit and they broke the game.
Yeah, but that's a text game. That's a text game, man. That's a text game. There's games with failure states. These are like things with hidden, like you don't need the light arrows to do anything. You know, you just get them and they're good. Speaking about light arrows, let's go to the man who lights up my life. Zippy, what up? How you doing? Talk to me.
I'm doing pretty good. I've been playing a lot of Pillars of Eternity 2, and I've played the opening probably about a good 10 times because I'm like, ooh, this class sounds super fun. I want to try it. I'm like, meh. I'm going to try this class. I'm almost to the point where I'm just going to start mixing and matching different classes.
You know what annoys me the most about that game, though? When you meet a new companion, and it's like, okay, right now, without looking up anything, which class do you want him to be? It's permanent and you can't change it.
Mm-hmm. I just go for the dual class because if anything, I could just build him one way. And, I mean, it's not going to be optimal because it's not like you're choosing one class, but at least you have options. Got to keep your options open.
Well, that should be an up to man.
Other than that, I've been doing a lot of Conan Exiles, trying to grind through the main story with that, which is really weird for a survival game. I really like it, but I also
fucking love it.
Like, so I'm like, it's kind of like, this is really weird that it's like super vague. And yeah, I know Conan came and cut me off a cross and told me to go do something, but I want to explore. And then you eventually explore the Dark City, and then you find this alien dude. You're like, he's like, all right, go find me these things. And you're like, oh shit, wait, there's a story?
Mm-hmm. For me, it was finding that dude in the desert about the Scourge Stone that started it off for me.
Oh, the Madman? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
This entire game is like it's going to be hard to break mechanics that I've got in that game, like sliding down a wall. I'm going to be doing that in every game until I remember that I can't. I'm going to kill myself a lot in most games because of it, so...
Why can't I double tap space and slide down this wall? This is so...
You don't even have to tap space to slide down You just lean against it, man.
I double tap it, so I make sure that I do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anywho,
it's on the off.
What else have you been up to, man? Anything else?
No, I've just been bouncing around doing a bunch of other D&D stuff. I've been trying out Gunslinger because that just is it's fun. I love it because you can do trick shots and you can make a like fully support build just with guns. Like, oh, this guy has something I want. I'm going to point my gun at it, spend a grit point, and add my gun as like advantage for my intimidation checks. It's great.
It sounds like they just developed a thing because they wanted to do cool things, and now everyone's doing it because a popular D&D show did it. I don't know. Seems weird to me when that shit happens.
Yeah, I guess that's how you get something literal like definition into the mainstream.
Literal definition of zeitgeist, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's popular because it's popular.
I mean, I don't
Not the definition of zeitgeist, but yeah, that's the definition of bandwagoning.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone wants to try out a new class when somebody like makes one that doesn't sound super broken and weird. Like, there's some homebrew stuff. I don't know. I've looked up homebrew stuff and I'm like, I don't. This feels weird to play.
Yeah,
are you the only? Crazy. Well, I don't play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, but when I have, none of my players, and I mean like, except maybe Kika, I think Kika would,
oh shit,
would come to me being like, I proactively looked online at the DM's Guild. I found this class that I think is really interesting. Would you allow me to play it? Here's what I'm thinking, right?
What's happened to me like literally every single D&D game that I've ever had.
Well, it's because I got to gauge the DM before I can be like, hey, I want to be a goblin with a wrench that I can beat people with psychic abilities.
Right, but like that's but it starts with that number alien kind of focused game that makes sense though. But like in terms of in D&D, yeah, no, I've never. I guess I'm the weirdo. That's fine.
I'm like super.
I own my own weird sampling bias. That's
it was especially bad in 5.3. 3.5. 3.5.
Yeah.
Sorry.
3.5. Yeah, definitely.
We live in 5.3.
Yeah, no, 3.5. It was literally like you'd sit at a table and then be like, "So I made this like cockroach guy who has like spears and bows, and he's like, you know, he's immune to all diseases and he can spit acid." And I'm just like, "Fucking what? What happened to just being an orc with an axe? You know, like."
Well, I mean, some people are like, if it's published, I'll allow it. And it's like, okay, hold up. What do you mean by published? Because
you could just write whatever you want and publish it on the DM's Guild. Anyone can do it.
Exactly. So when it comes to weird homebrew classes, it's like, okay, well, Matt Mercer obviously refined it, you know, so I trust that. But when it's like some off the wall thing, it's kind of like, I don't know. It seems cool, but I don't know a DM that would allow me to do this. So I'm going to stick with like WotC published stuff.
The problem that I find with homebrew shit is that, generally speaking, it's made for the sake of a guy's entertainment, right? So there's no real downside to playing those sorts of things, and you can like it's even especially apparent in stuff like any Fantasy Flight game stuff. You get the core game, right? And it comes with all these core abilities and stuff like that. But anything you purchase outside of the core book is always going to be significantly better than the other stuff. Otherwise, no one would fucking purchase the other stuff, right?
So you mean like rules bloat?
Yeah, like I mean, not even much rules bloat, just like the whole need power creep to sell books. Like if you played a smuggler in the Star Wars games, right? And you played it from the basic book. And then a guy sat at your table and played a smuggler from the expanded books. The expanded book smugglers are just like fucking, there's one class that does everything. And they're just like, well, your smuggler sucks compared to my smuggler. And he's just like,
I understand that. Yep. It's just sometimes the DM's Guild stuff, like the primer for Gunslinger is free. You can donate. You can actually just say, I want to pay $1 for it, you know, or you could say I don't want to pay anything for it. But it's like super balanced. Guns have their, you know, powder, like muskets and pistols. They have a chance of misfiring and breaking, you know, and you have to spend an action with tinker tools to try to fix it, you know. So it's not like I'm gonna just be firing guns, you know, endlessly. Your guns do have a chance of blowing up in your hand like they've actually had. You know, if it misfires, that musket is going to either jam or it's going to blow back in your face.
Yeah.
That's probably the reason why that class is not core. Like that was never made it into an actual book.
Because people don't want to manage that.
Yeah, no, it's like no class has a downside, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. No, barbarians do, I guess. When you rage, you get exhausted.
In 5e, I think
typically classes don't give you things with huge downsides.
Yeah, I would agree with the barbarian statement.
A lot of the features that require long rest, I guess, would be a downside, because in one-shot games or in like sessions, you know,
right,
unless you turn to the GM and say we are all taking a long rest, you know, or if it's more applicable for it. So
right. I guess what I meant, maybe if I could further clarify what I meant, is a long rest is typically the fair price. That's like the fair exchange value for doing the cool thing. Typically, doing the cool thing doesn't also come with a chance of your cool thing breaking and ruining your next couple sessions.
Oh, that's why I always that's my character got the tome of the stilled tongue and learned wish from it. So I was like, I'm going to cast wish, and they're like, God, that's so overpowered. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going to sacrifice my entire being to make sure that I can bend reality. That's the price to make this wish. And they're like, okay, that actually makes sense. You know, that's the big downside. Equivalent exchange. Gotta learn it from Full Metal Alchemist.
Anywho, we could talk about this shit forever, and I think that there's another person that we need to introduce, another couple of people we need to introduce. So, Kika, hello. How are you? Tell me about your exciting and amazing life that puts all of us to shame.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have much time to talk about it now, though, honestly.
Yeah.
I had exams, which is, you know, whatever, but cool things that happened this week is I met a capoeira master who's been teaching for like 50-60 years.
Don't take up a martial art as well as being a doctor and writing a whole nother language, please. I don't want you to be amazing and just tower over us.
I've been doing capoeira forever, and I've been like in classes again for the past 2 months. So
not only can Kika
so you
bust
had
your
a
arm,
fucking martial art on the downside.
Is there something you don't do?
And please tell me you can't fix a car. At least tell us that.
It depends on what's wrong with it.
God fucking damn it.
Preeminent esports journalist, martial arts master, what else?
Burgeoning doctor.
Yeah.
Elven language specialist.
Sylvan language creator.
Oh my god.
If you
5 instruments.
Okay, so if you want to ever say, you know what, I wonder what living life to the fullest is like, just look at Kika. I'm a doctor that can kick your ass. Not only that, I don't know, doctor how many countries, your ass, fix your car, and play you a song while doing that.
How many countries have you lived in, Kika? Come on, at least I can beat you here. I think I can.
I've only lived in the US, but I've lived in 5 states.
I win. 4 countries. Let's go.
I mean, depending on what state you go to. Like if she's ever been to Texas, technically that was its own country at one point. And it still can be. It's in the clause. It wouldn't be beneficial for us to secede, but we could secede and still become our own country.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, tell us more. Come
on. Well, I remember how I joined the RAF group thing that I mentioned the other week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They have talked me into working on 3 different songs at once, and that's kind of a little overwhelming, but it's pretty cool.
I have a feeling you can't say no to most things. Maybe I should ask you for more favors.
No.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Give us a sample.
No.
No fun. No fun. No fun.
I don't like taking up a lot of time. We have space exploration to get to. We have Eric to introduce. We have a lot to do.
Speaking about Eric to introduce, I guess Eric Vulgaris, hello, my man. What's up? Am I going to expect to play Battlefield with you when whatever the fuck they're trying to do comes out?
Yeah, whenever I cannot wait to play Battlefield, whatever the fuck they try to do. Actually, that's a lie. I totally can't wait. But yeah, I would love to play with you and bring back the sandwiches for sure. Absolutely, like without a question, man.
Fantastic.
It'd be super fun.
All right.
Yeah, so I've been doing really well. I went to the zoo again today. Maybe that surprises nobody. Obviously, but the best creature I saw today were two. One is one of Henley's favorites, the kangaroo.
Favorite is a bit of an extreme word, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I was slighting you a little bit. Yeah, so I saw a kangaroo. In fact, I learned there's a wallaroo, which is which is different. And like the wallabies and kangaroos are the same species.
They're both marsupials, yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. They look like I met one of them at the zoo that looks like it should grant wishes, which I thought was really cool.
Hold on, I need
like a Fu Manchu or something like that.
I need to see what a wallaroo looks.
It was very wizened. So it just had a sort of like majestic puff to it that looked like it was very like, yeah, this thing definitely grants wishes.
This thing looks adorable.
This creature is a real life Miyazaki.
Yeah, that's not bad.
This is a movie persona.
How big is this thing?
Not big.
Like
not big at all.
It looks like the size of a toddler.
Like up to
less
the
than 3
knees.
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like less than 3 feet, maybe. Like if you include its ears, maybe it's like up to your hip.
Does it kick as powerful as a kangaroo? I mean, I'm looking at those legs.
Kangaroos are literally all muscle, dude. Like they have nothing else.
They're nuts. So they don't have actual kangaroos there, but they have like wallaroos and stuff. They're all the smaller ones. But the craziest thing, guys, kangaroos have claws, and those claws are not to be fucked with.
No, they're not.
Really long claws, and they hold their hands like this under them, and so like just hides them. But then when they like finally put their hands out, they're like these huge, massive claws. You're like, this is like some predator shit. Dude, it's crazy.
Have you ever seen a buck before? Like a buck will put literally everyone to shame. A buck is like a alpha male kangaroo. Like we're talking like you know how you go to a gym and then a dude will walk in and just be like, fucking hell, he is like Adonis walking around. Like that is what like a buck kangaroo is. It's you see when he just like, fuck man, I need to kill it to prove my masculinity. You know, like
holy shit! I'm looking at one right now. Yeah. That thing works out. There's no way. Look at this thing. If you Google buck kangaroo, I promise you do not get furry porn. So there you go. But also, just their arms and shoulders are just utterly, completely jacked.
That's what I'm saying, dude. They're just like,
that is absolutely crazy.
I will fucking destroy you. Yeah.
I mean, their fucking rear and anterior deltoid muscles are freight trains. That's crazy to see on a kangaroo.
Yeah, isn't it?
And they have derpy. And they have derpy faces that remind me of my dog, which is just the weirdest thing in the world.
They can also punch you in the face.
So, anyways, I saw that shit. I saw a bear dive into the water because it was hot as fuck.
Yeah.
And then I saw a tiger laying down in a river, which is really cool. I fucking love zoos. Zoos are the best, yo. Zoos are really cool. I learned why.
I have a question. What do kangaroos eat? How can they be so
grass? They eat grass.
They eat grass?
They smoke meat all the time. Yeah, I don't know what they really. They just hay and straw and shit. That's nuts. Wow. So yeah, the roid roos. Yeah, seriously, Lobo's got it.
They just get big for being assholes all day.
Yeah. Emus look like crazy demented velociraptors, but their fur or their hair in the back looks like fur. Their hair falls and it looks like a beetle's haircut. So every time they move, it just has that sort of like bowl cut look to it. It's like really weird.
Do you think that
they
looks
look
weird? Look up a cassowary.
Oh, I think I've. What's a cassowary? Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that thing looks like it's angry and late for an appointment.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Tell me they don't like headbutt things, because that like thing looks nasty.
Oh man, I gotta show. I'll show you something later, Eric. It's
They kick you actually. They jump on you and claw you like a cheetah.
Yeah, they rake you.
They have a BBC thing where they do voiceovers for animals, and they did one for those, and it's really funny. They're also the cassowary is in Fern Gully because it took place in Australia.
Yes, it is.
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully is an Australian movie.
They got these like, they got the dangly giblets like a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
They're emu turkeys.
Yeah, emu turkeys.
You see them walking around the rainforest in Australia just randomly.
Like, oh man, so that shit. I learned about tapirs today. I learned about one of the reasons that why they're so unique. Tapirs, the reason why they're so unique is that they haven't evolved since like the second ice age. So they're just like a dead branch of evolution. It's not like they're like a niche case that's just sort of filled a gap. It's just that they are just an old case that just never went anywhere. Which
it's
is
kind of like
awesome.
crocodiles, right? Crocodiles and alligators, they're pretty
in a lot of ways,
early in their evolution.
They've been around since dinosaurs and been around after dinosaurs. They don't give a fuck.
I mean, you had the Sarcos and the Capricouches, but other than that, yeah.
Have you ever seen that video, True Facts About the Tapir?
Oh, yes, I have. Oh, good. I have not seen this one. Yes, tapirs are amazing, y'all. Anyways, that's what you need to know about tapirs. They're little babies, the Malaysian tapirs, with like the cool speckled fur skins. Fuck, they're super good. I would buy those skins as a DLC pack. You know what I mean?
Don't say that.
They're super cool. I don't care. I'll pay to win life. Life is pay to win. You haven't realized that yet. Sorry.
Animal.
Oh. So anyways, tapirs are super cool. And know what also is super cool?
Stars without numbers?
Space. Yeah, let's do some stars without number, y'all.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right. So we should probably bring up real quick before we do like the previously on. Let's just go around and reintroduce everyone's characters who we're playing today, and then also tell us what your goals are. All right. So let's just do that real quick.
All right. I'm playing Benedictus Dull, a member of the near extinct, because he's the last of the Zyamedians, basically space goblins, who have an affinity for technology and psychic powers. His current goal is to figure out the use of the sword tech that he acquired in the last episode. And one of his overarching wants is to find out what happened to the Zyamedians and their homeworld, the Forge.
All right, I guess I'll go next. So I'll be playing Logan Dex, and he is one of the only humans that he knows of in the current space circle that they're in, which I believe is called what, Eric? The ring that we're at?
Oh, you mean like the Reach of Cups?
That's it, the Reach. Yeah, Reach of Cups.
The
yeah. Because Earth is in the one below it.
Yeah.
So he's like an accidental time traveler, not time traveler, accidental, traveler into this region. He was rebuilt by some alien, not sure which one, and he basically just exists in space now. My goals are as follows. I have so short, returned back to the sword with the artifact in hand. My middling goal is to explore space for humanity, and my lofty goal will remain a secret. for now.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay, my turn. I'm playing Sword of Atagaris, which is a ship, but not only that, it's a sentient entity that currently lives inside the ship, but also inside a lot of, you could say, slave slave bodies that are inside the ship. Sword of Atagaris was originally part of a great network in the what part of the galaxy name? Sorry, the Chalice of Swords, right?
The the Reach of Rings, I think is what you meant.
Reach, yeah, the Reach of the Reach of Swords. It was
the
originally
advanced one. The advanced one, yeah, the Reach of Swords. You're right.
yeah, and his goals are. What are my goals? Here. My immediate goal is to find a way to steal, copy, or replicate a section of the sword encryption that Benedictus has into my source code. My medium-term goal is to recover. Well, this is another side quest. I'm probably gonna change it, but right now is recover the dangerous thermotech residual generators. And my long-term goal is to find a way to restore the sword sentient network.
Nice. That's a lofty goal.
I don't think I've integrated the sword tech that we just found into your system. I think it's only stored on DD right now.
Yeah, you have it, but because you couldn't decrypt it, we're trying to bring it back to the ship, and at any point, I'm gonna try to do my thing.
Yeah. Kika?
I am a collective sort of alien entity that is insectoid and is an amalgamation of a number of smaller insects I'm called the Yxthinis colony. I am the physician on the ship, and I have a secret goal. I have a general goal of returning to the ship because I do not want to be stranded without a ship. And I haven't figured out my long-term goal yet, but I think I have a bit of time for that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I need to figure out a little bit more to really get onto what I want.
Totally, but no, these are good. These are good starting spots, and the more we'll play, the more it'll come more clear what you think would make a good goal or not. We can always just change goals at any point, right? But if you're working towards a goal and you change your goal, you don't get you can't refund some of the experience or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You have to start it. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right, then before you begin, who wants to do a quick little recap of what happened last session?
So we went down to the planet that we're currently on, known as I can't remember. It was a weird one.
Polye.
What was it?
Polye.
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 Yes, and we were to meet a sort of I guess a particular person of interest who was going to be allowing us to take an artifact off their planet because they wanted to basically be friends with the Solars. So we, flew in, went down to the planet, and rode with this man named Rao, I guess was his name, who was a Chandra politician or priest or something along those lines.
Yes, both of them. Yes.
And he on the way to the actual artifact in question, a coup took place, and he was revoked of his power, and we basically destroyed an elevator and went down to the floor that we were supposed to go to without any help from he or his people. while we were down there acquiring the artifact, we were assaulted by individuals, which we, handily took care of. And that is where we left off, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Cool. So then I think we're ready to begin. So you guys are still down in the third level of the basement. The lift is broken. You hear more shouts of people trying to get down to you. You guys need to figure out a way out of here that can take you somewhere hopefully out of the city. Guru Rao it also needs some assistance because since communications and everything's are kind of offline down here, he needs a way to get in contact with the rest of his house, his faction, right? To get like a kind of a status report, get extracted, and basically stop this coup, right?
Okay.
Because he's not just like alone against a whole army. Like he has his own stuff, but basically this stuff is getting sprung on him, and so he needs to get out of here.
Well, we did promise him that we were gonna get paid by him, right? We would take him to safety, and I guess safety in this instance is to his allies. So,
right, and so I think that's where we kind of step in, right? Think of like a Star Wars shot where the music is like amped up and going, and Guru Rao kind of shouts like, "Look, whether you're here for I know you're not here for the faith. I know you're here for the money, but I'm sorry to say, but if I'm not able to get back and get a connection up with the rest of my house, I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay you."
All right. Are there stairs? Like back door stairs? Like a tunnel in the opposite direction of the people who have guns?
Oh, don't you think they would have used it if they were coming to us? I mean, isn't it a little overzealous to think that there is a flight of stairs that leads exactly to an exit that no one's using right now?
I look at them. They're grunts. They only know one direction.
Yeah, I take offense to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You at least know a total of 2 directions.
Yeah. Guru Rao thinks that there might be some kind of way out of here, but I mean, he ostensibly there's some sort of, and this is him in character, right? Like he's like, I mean, ostensibly there's some sort of tunnels or maintenance of some kind for networking. All our things are fiber connected, not over the air.
I have a question, Eric. Is there a way I have, like, from the ship, get like schematics or blueprints of the building?
No, not this building. No way. This would be like, can I get access to the Pentagon
blueprints?
Yeah, like something like that, right? Like this is like where the Constitution of the United States is saved, right? So this is very
on a pen drive.
I look at Guru Rao. So what do you? Are there technician tunnels or?
I think yes, it's possible.
All right.
I wouldn't know how to look for them. And Kanata and Manas look at each other too, like the other guards, where they're being like, yeah.
I look at Didi. Didi, could you scan the surrounding areas for entrance hatches that might lead to either some kind of maintenance panel that we can either seal off this room while we look for it, or just any door that is not. And he points to the direction where all the grunts are coming. That door.
Yeah. And at this moment, there's a slight rumble beneath you. Very faint. Not like knocks you around anywhere. It lasts for about 10 seconds before it goes away. And
any chance your planet might be exploding or something right now?
No. There's actually like an epiphany on Guru Rao's face when that goes by. He's like, "That's it. The hyper tunnels.
The hyper what now?
We have speed trains on Polye.
Oh,
Beneath the ground, maglev trains. If we could find an access to there, perhaps we could hop on board and get out of here.
hold on a second. You want us to jump on a mag train that is going?
I just pick him up and start carrying him under my arm.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm with you.
And he's like, wait, no, hold up. This thing is going like Mach 13. You want us to jump on a mag train? Okay, all right.
Look, you're the last of your species. What could go wrong? Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, thanks, human.
What do you... Hey,
Don't belittle me, little man.
he looks at you and says, well, what do you aliens suggest? Should we wait around for their killer drones?
No, I'm with you. That sounds like a lot of fun.
No,
actually.
that actually sounds like death. I would rather take the mag train because that's more instantaneous than being shot at by drones. Let's go.
They might also have a bar car.
Is there a way to get out of the city through the Mac train?
Yeah. Like if you're able to get a connection to the rest of...
I like the idea
might
that
be
we're
able-
just like waiting at a fucking train station.
Right.
Just been like... So this one
You might
goes
know, like,
to
the-
station.
Yeah, like a network map of like the interweaving. Think of like the train maps to. You guys just look this up if you haven't seen it already. The subway stations for Tokyo or in Japan.
Oh fuck
Fucking-
that! That'd be insane.
Like,
It'd just be
think of this. That's basically what you're dealing with here.
think of trying
but
to
you
take a
could-
train to an international airport in any city, and you have the idea of what you're trying to do.
Right.
I
So
guess there could be a way for either Benedict or me to have the Mac train interface, so it get us straight through the network and out of the city. Rewarded.
yeah. So what I'm saying is that if you wanted to somehow get the sword connected to your ancillary, and like if you're able to pass along the information and know which train you need to jump on, that would definitely be something to work towards, right? But right now, like basically your connections are getting worse and worse down here as they're like trying to cut off any sort of connection and interference and try to lock you down in here.
I have a question for you specifically, Derek. Maybe you can shed some light on this. And Eric, I think you could jump in on this too.
Yeah.
Is
what's
your
up?
AI based entirely on the ship? And when your AI is separated from the ship, does your AI like have like a basic intuition that it runs on, or like are you just like deaf, dumb, and blind when you get separated from like your main hub? Like how does that work exactly?
I believe I just get cut off from the ship from that moment on until we get connected again. I guess you could say like a double, like we become two different sentient beings until we get together again and then the sides recombine.
And what
Like,
is that? What is
there's no the slavery thing like doesn't like stop. They don't turn off. It's just like you run on offline mode, right, until you reconnect again. Like imagine you have a Steam save game that's offline and then it just kind of syncs back
No,
up again.
I'm more like
back.
looking
Like, that's how it
for
works.
a narrative, like, oh, I can't hear him anymore, or like is it like a like do you feel like naked being cut off from that? Like how does that work exactly? Like does if you like are cut off from like the main hub, does like the personality of the slave that you're in, or the meat suit that you're in, or the sleeve that you're in, does that come back? Like how does that work exactly? Is there anything cool like that? that goes on?
The ancillary's brain is fried. It would never come back. Say that it's just like it would be just like not having internet for a while.
And one more question.
It's definitely alien. Like, not really pun intended there, but like it's definitely like normally it's not like you're necessarily a Borg and have multiple conversations with things of your collection. Although that is kind of the case, it's more like you have less visual and auditory senses coming at you now. Like now you're down to your 20 odd normal human being senses, or well, I say human being, but
yeah.
Like you, instead of having the ability to like feel things that aren't around you because you're feeling the senses of another thing, or you're feeling the coldness of space, right, of being the ship, and feeling like the hums of the engine there. It's much more like quieter, focused, or your sensory inputs are way less than what they normally are.
One more question: if you were separated from the main hub and something irrevocable happened to the suit or the AI in the suit or the sleeve, like say you had a crisis of conscious or something like that, or you had something happened to your programming in whatever fucking suit you're in, like, and you were to reconnect, would the effects of that happen to the actual hub as well? Or is there some sort of safeguard in place for that happening?
There's basic safeguards, right? But yeah, no, that like infecting an ancillary would absolutely be a way of like hurting the whole. But the idea is that if you hurt the whole, then maybe one ancillary can get out before it happens, and so you can kind of like try to rebuild the AI again. So like it's kind of like it's a risky way of surviving, but it's a numbers game, right? The idea is that if I can have more ancillaries than like gonna get attacked, at least if there's at least it's like being a piece of bacteria, right? And like, as long as like one of them can survive, then it can reproduce again.
Is there any sort of like massive preservation thing that the AI goes through? Like, for example, let's say you do get infected, right? And you know that you're infected. Does the sleeve then, before reconnecting back to the main hub, does it kill itself? Like, how? Like, what happens there? Like,
in my opinion, if the sleeve knew it would fuck up the ship, it would like abort its life and kill itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it would just not connect. Yeah,
it's disposable.
It's like,
on the other hand,
what would you do if your video card was bad? You just wouldn't plug it in, right? Like you just have to go off system, whatever. Like that's what that is.
On the other hand, just so you know, Dave, in the source book, there's a point when one of the ancillaries gets inside the escape pod and gets out of the ship, and then the ship gets blown to bits. So it's the complete ship is destroyed, and the only thing remaining from the AI is whatever was inside the ancillary. That's actually one of the main characters in the book.
Wait,
and
what are we talking about? Are we talking about Stars with That Number?
No, we're talking about the source book where we got this idea from. It's the Ancillary Justice book.
Okay, never read it.
So one of the ancillaries is the only remaining part of the ship because it gets blown. And he remains like that for a very long while until he gets access to another ship, and it reconnects with the core of a different ship. So it kind of like gets reborn in some way. So the AI can survive in a single ancillary, but it is limited.
Okay. Cool. All right then. Sorry for asking so many questions.
No problem. No, like it's just a way of trying to keep it alive, right? But yeah, no, like individuals that can get infected and brought into a collective is kind of how it dismantled societies. And so if you're an individual creature that's a collective, it's very similar. It's an easy way for it to break down. So it's a super good question. But yeah, this isn't probably the first time the ancillary's been left alone. And I apologize. I turned on my AC, so if you can hear that, my bad. But if you need this probably isn't the first time the ancillary has been cut off. But yeah, it is definitely, to answer your question, it is absolutely a weird experience. But also getting shot at and having to escape through some tunnels to catch a maglev train is also a weird experience, and we should probably focus on that.
Cool. All right then. Sorry.
So we need to find these tunnels, y'all. So what are we gonna do?
Let's see. Is there a access panel for maintenance in the tunnel towards the mag train that I could possibly look and see if there's a a blueprint for maintenance purposes?
No, that stuff would be offline right now. So like there's no like thing to access. You're basically going to need to bring your own little battery pack, power up the individual components of where you go, and basically hack your way through all of these down systems that are either in safe mode or in, basically the maglev thing went down. Between that causing a cascade of like, resets, hard security measures, the initiations of Guru Ganesh could also be an influence here. So the idea of like crawling in there would be risky, and not very likely to be successful.
Could I just go to one of these terminals and hook up Dee Dee and have her run it like on auxiliary power to hack into it?
Yeah, this would be a DC 10 to get this panel that's kind of like near you open and working.
Okay, so
can I help?
Yeah.
Is there a help mechanic? I don't remember if there is.
You have to pass the check of whatever it is in order to give him an extra dice on his check.
Yeah, this is an program test, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah, I have program too. So do I roll before him?
You do, yes.
Yeah, let's do that. But you have to beat the same DC, and if you beat the DC, you give him a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is a program intelligence, right?
Correct.
No dice.
Guys, I didn't help much.
Okay. Let me ask you this one.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, there's clearly like you can't get enough power into this machine like to help, right? So you kind of like get it ready for Benny. There's not enough power here. Like if you want to help, I will let you offer a help again, but this will be a desperate situation. You're going to need to like basically, you're going to need to like rewire some things with a fix roll in order to power it. But of course, you risk shorting the entire console itself by doing this. You're not getting enough power to actually like get it. It doesn't stay on long enough for you to do something. So in order to boost the signal, you need to switch some wires here and like get it working right. But obviously, you could risk damaging the system. Do you want to help, or are you cool with backing off?
This is a mechanic very similar to something I saw in Call of Cthulhu. Does it exist here, or are we just like implementing it on Stars Without Number?
This is just how I run games.
Oh, really? It is a mechanic on Call of Cthulhu. It's called pushing the roll. So if you fail, it's like you want to roll, and it always has dire consequences. And yes, I'm gonna do it. Is it
That's awesome?
A program roll?
No, this will be a fix roll because you're using your technology here to basically like quick little electrical engineering to get it.
With intelligence?
Yeah, I think so. I could also see wisdom being it, but it's your choice here. Like you're kind of like instinctively doing the like supercharging, like whether or not you're kind of going with a flow. Oh shit, nice. Yeah, definitely. Was that with wisdom or intelligence?
That was wisdom.
Yeah, cool. So like without thinking, you just quickly kind of instinctively rewire it. Right? And then, it gets the panel on. So you're getting a +1 to this, Benny. As you...
okay. Benedict, work your magic.
Is it one die or +1?
+1. +1 to the roll. For purposes of like what this panel looks like, y'all, this panel, as you turn it on, is already... It like takes 1 second of kind of like flickering on and off, and it is not like a UI menu or anything like that of where you want to go. It seems to have just sort of anticipated what you wanted, and it's already sort of like started opening up some of the maps here, but you can see that some of them are kind of like damaged or fractured, and it's like you're getting like a message on overlaid some of these maps being like security breach or like security malfunction, or things like the red X's. Do you want to close this program and restart? See manual, like things coming up, right?
Oh geez, this is more
so it's almost like a prescient software, but it's buggy and broken right now.
All right, well, this is more Bork than I thought. All right, and he like cracks his his 4 fingers, and he goes to town on the keyboard trying to fix the programs. So we're going to be rolling intelligence. Let's throw it assisted 1. Bloop. Okay, so an 8.
See, if you had built out your character and made her a worker bot, for example, the DD bot, you would have all the pluses you need to succeed at this. Just letting you know.
Right.
She's a repair bot. She gives +1 to skills. So, I mean...
Have you built her?
I'm just looking at the robot type right on page 197. Worker repair bot. And it says skills +1.
And you added that?
She is a repair bot. I'm unaware if I should build her like a PC or if I build her off of just what they have.
You'd build her as a bot. Should be like so. Like you would give her +1 on. She would have a +1 for the skills that she assists you with. So you would like the idea is that with a VI bot, she doesn't do the work for you. But you do the work and she assists you and she'll give you a +1 on that.
Okay, so
right.
I didn't know where to put that on the character sheet, so it's like I just have the book open.
Virgil? Is it Virgil? What's the name of the AI in Iron Man's suit?
Yeah, Virgil.
Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Oh,
that's
right. Mm-hmm.
What is Virgil? Sorry.
I don't know.
Virgil actually does sound. That sounds like Mass Effect.
Right, maybe that's it. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, like it's trying to help you run these processes to clear away the messages for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like you're almost there, and then like the system shuts down. But from what you're able to gather, it looks like there is some sort of like passageway, but it's in the elevator shaft.
Okay. All right. We need to go back to the elevator shaft.
You mean the one that we dropped the giant elevator on?
I mean semantics.
It's like somewhere below another floor. Like it's like a mid-level floor safety like maintenance shaft. Yeah.
Is there a way to reach the elevator without going back the way we came?
No. You weren't able to. Well, not no, but you weren't able to find anything like that on the schematics.
Okay.
Before they shut down.
Is this final hallway 11, or is it, or are there multiple side entrances and other like hallways?
There's other rooms and server rooms and stuff like that around. Totally. Think of this as a wide spider web of facility. So there's plenty of extra rooms and data banks all over the place.
All right, so we need to go back to the elevator shaft, and if we can get down one floor, I could probably get to another console and hopefully maybe gain some control of the doors and kind of slow them down.
Or we could just go to the train station.
That's where we're heading.
That's where you're heading.
I know. We should just go there.
Yeah. We have to go back to the elevator shaft, go down one floor to go to the train station. But along the way, if we come across another panel, I'm going to try to see if I can block the doors.
Okay. Well, you're talking an awful lot and you haven't done anything yet, so let's just go.
He just kind of like squints his eye. Right. Yeah, let's go. Come on, Dee Dee. We don't do anything.
All right. While this is happening, the Sword of Adagaris, the ship that outran the missiles, right? You're reached on like emergency comms, or at least like I imagine there's sort of like a solar official comm level that like you've been getting messages on this one at this level for a while, but they're surface based. But here's another surface-based one, but it doesn't seem to have the same sort of signals from the previous ones. It looks a little bit different. It's coming in with Guru Rao's like numbers and sort of metadata. Do you accept it or do you not?
I mean, where's it going exactly?
It's a radio. It's a broadcast.
Okay.
It's like you got a text message, and the receiving number is Rouse, like their clans.
Do you consult anybody before you open this phishing email?
No, this is the ship. This is not. This is the actual ship proper. This isn't us down here. Like on the surface.
I believe I cannot consult because I am cut off from the ancillary, right?
Exactly.
Yes, I do accept the message because last thing I knew, Guru Rao was my ancillary buddy, so it might be the ancillary trying to contact. I accept.
Do you run any antiviruses?
No. Like they call out and they say, this is Captain Charbar of Guru, of House Rao's forces. You were in last contact with the Guru themselves. Like, do you have any updates or anything like that? Like, listen, like we're sending over fighters to as an escort. Like, you're not safe here. We advise you leave Atmo, and like we can help you out and get you out of here.
Out of where? I'm in orbit. Out of the planet?
Like away from the planet. Like away from they're willing to like be a like they have a squadron available to help you. That they could be there in a couple minutes if you would have them. They're afraid of Ganesh's forces as well. Like I think like a fighter patrol coming after you. Like they saw in the signs of what they were trying to do with the airport. And they profusely apologize and things like that. But like Ganesh, and they swear that Ganesh will never get away with this, right? And they're like down with the rebellion.
Fuck that! Sounds super fishy. Is there a way? I don't know if this is possible, Eric. Is there a way I can like signal for the ancillary body, like trying to contact it, or is it completely cut off?
Yeah, as far as I feel like the ship's been trying, right? Let's give me a roll here. Just give me a roll. This is probably a fixed roll, because you've been trying to like broadcast on all frequencies, trying to get into the databases here of like trying to contact your ancillary, and you have secured comms, so like you're kind of like brute forcing this. And maybe because you guys got that one system online, maybe that could serve as like a bridge for a moment of connecting up again. So like let's see here. This would be really difficult though. This is like an 11.
Okay, is it going to be intelligence or wisdom?
This is probably intelligence. Who's been doing this for a while.
Okay, so I'm redirecting power to the antenna.
Okay. Yeah. No. You rolled fix.
You did say fix.
Did I say fix? Oh, I did. Yeah. Okay, that's right. I thought. Okay.
You said fix.
Fix not. Yeah, it's probably not program, but once again, what I would say, because it actually could have been program, and here's how we're gonna stop this going forward of me getting the wrong skill. You tell me what it looks like and tell me that you're gunning for this particular skill. Okay.
What I was thinking is like redirecting power to the antennas to push a stronger signal.
Right.
I mean, it could also even be like, in the case of, trying to contact something, it could, conventional messages might be too weighty to get through these things, but say, you know how on walkie-talkies or, radio lines, they can do like Morse code by like, clicking the receiver on and off. Yeah. Like it could be as simple as something sending through like simple messages like that, but you'd be, you'd have to like, you'd have to like do something to change that.
So. It's Morse code warning messages on that system's screen. Like, oh, that one's weird. It's flashing 3 times. It's in a pattern. It's you trying to connect.
Yeah.
You mean the screen where we're trying to see the maps?
Yeah.
Like a distortion in the refresh ratio of the.
And then
the monitor.
what you could do, Eric, is you could say maybe make a notice check or something like that to see whether or not you actually pick up on like these hidden coded messages or something on the other side. So the difficulty doesn't have to be too high to send it, but the difficulty could be higher on the actual noticing side of things.
No, I have a yes and no. I have a better idea. So you weren't able to get to actually get the connection. However, you were able to access that same panel as them. And I think maybe both, like everyone trying to access that panel just is what made it shut down. But I think you're the one, so the ship is the one left with the maps. So if you could connect to the ship, you could have the maps, right? Like you were the one who had the file got sent to before it got shut down, right?
But even if I had the maps, if I am cut off,
you have no way of you're cut off. You have no way of giving them to anybody, at least for now. Yeah. So you have the maps.
Now
everyone's trying to get out of here. It's a way of connecting. All right. But
about the message,
what are you gonna do with this air patrol?
they're trying to reply.
Okay.
I do not reply, and even more so, if there is any kind of like stealth mode or like flying in low orbit or whatever hides my position, the better. That's what I'm going to try.
All right. I think they see you powering down or going into sort of like as best stealth mode as possible. And they're gonna send like one more message before like it gets cut off and stuff like that. They say, like understood, you have no reason to trust us, kind of thing. Right. We're looking for a guru, hang tight, and that's what they're gonna do.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because they know you're not working for Ganesh, and so they know. I'm trying to think it from their perspective. They know you're not working for Ganesh. They know that Rao and you and the rest of your crew are still together, and so they don't think that you're like betraying them or anything like that. So like they're just.
I know, but like I also do not think that Rao's men would betray us, but. I have no way to know if they are trustworthy. Or I mean, when you started saying this, you said this message was kind of signed with I say like Guru's key. But is there a way for me to know if the message is legit?
Oh, that's what I was trying to say. That it looks like it has all of the trappings of legitimacy. By saying it has the official like security codes of Guru Rao's like house of their church.
Oh, I didn't get that part. I didn't pay attention.
Sorry, no, I mean I didn't convey it enough. That's okay.
Yes. Okay, so if the message is signed as legit, then I would have tried to contact the ancillary anyway. So the thing about the maps stays, but then I would have replied and said that my reply message would say something like, me and my team are with Guru Rao right now. They are trying to access the Mactrain tunnels. No, the temple's maintenance tunnels. I am cut off.
Yeah, cool, yeah. All right. No, they thank you profusely. They're like, copy that. All right, good. We're gonna, all right, they're gonna, they're not going to tell you what they're going to do, but like, good. Like they're in safe hands. Then we'll try to update you with whatever we can. Let us know how we can help.
Yeah, I also tell them that I am like, as soon as I get contact with the team again, I am probably going to try to pick them up and get them off planet. So if they get them off the city, they can just like let them.
Good. Then, if you let them know that, then they obviously want to work with you, so they can get the guru to safety, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to work with you.
All right.
Okay. Cool. And so so like there's obviously an exchange of information that happens, but like we're gonna cut back to the maintenance shaft, right? As your ship and the forces of the house are coordinating. Getting things as best they can, waging the war on the surface. We cut back down to the tunnels of the archives. Okay. So, right. So what are you guys going to do? Are you going to brave the tunnels here? Like, what are you going to do to stop the shooting? Everyone shooting down at you. to get down in here? What's the plan? What's the plan?
Have we made it back to the elevator shaft?
Yeah, you can make it back to the elevator shaft. There's no like immediate threats or anything like that. But the question here is, obviously, you know that they have the angle down on the elevator shaft, like with a bunch of security forces aiming down here, trying to stop you guys from escaping, right? They're trying to trap you down on this floor to get you to surrender. And so if you would go out there, they're ostensibly going to try to shoot you. So that's the problem that you know. But that's also your salvation is in that elevator shaft.
Is there another access terminal near the elevator?
Is there another? Yeah, I'm sure there's another access panel somewhere. But make a notice check for me.
Okay.
Oh, they don't have luck saves anymore in this game?
Yeah, I don't think there's luck anymore in this game.
Okay.
Make it a difficulty 8.
Okay.
There were a lot of pot shots in this hallway, so let's see if it was damaged.
I probably would have told Dee to also scan to assist.
Yeah, makes sense. Checking, boss. Yeah, so there is one, but it has a sniper rifle shot right through it.
He's gonna try to access it and see if he can link the.
It doesn't. It clearly is not working.
So you said there was people in the hole, like above us, looking down.
Yeah. So like you're like 3 floors down from the surface, right? Like 3 levels down. So people at the surface level are looking down at you, right? So the angle is very steep, but they can kind of like still see where it is, and you can kind of like, I mean, because it's a show and I don't mind it, like you can see like the laser sights, you know what I mean, like sweeping down. Like, I'm
gonna like stick my head out and pull it back in, and then I'm gonna scream. I was just in their language, Eric. Yeah. I'm gonna say,
which is a dull whisper.
Get the ASMR.
Yeah. I'm going to say I was like, we have everything you want. Let's talk.
What did you say to them? Benny, like, is there any debris?
Yeah, one of the leaders of the forces, the leader of the forces calls down very in controlled ASMR, says, "We don't want to talk unless it's your absolute complete surrender, alien."
Everything that you want, we have in our hands, which we can break very easily. Let's be reasonable about this. Surrender terms need to be negotiated.
I look at Guru Rao. What is he saying?
Look, I'm buying you time. Just do your fucking shit, okay? God damn.
Make a talk check against that, because technically, legally speaking, you killing them would actually be bad for you. But that's let me see. Make a talk check.
Well, I have diplomat as a foci, which allows me to reroll 1s on negotiation or diplomacy.
Cool.
So
this is definitely a negotiation.
Yeah. Okay.
100%.
So let's roll a talk and see what happens.
Yeah.
This will be using charisma. Assisted? I don't think so. Hey.
Nice. Hey, cool. Yeah, the difficulty was an 8. So that's good. Right. So they don't want to risk hurting. Oh, this makes perfect sense. While if they were playing the real politic game, that could benefit them. I think their rigid culture would prevent them from like the idea of an alien killing a priest is kind of like really, really bad. Like in a way that's like like culturally that's worse than and more insulting or something like that, right? That's like just okay.
So
cool. So you just played like 4D-dimensional cultural chess with these people.
Yeah, basically if you want like an idea of what's being said back and forth, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like thinking back to all the heist movies I saw, bank robbery movies I saw back on Earth, and I'm just like, listen, we want some sort of flying device up the top, and me and my men are hungry. So if you could supply food within that chopper, and basically we want a walkway to the chopper that's not going to be accosted by anyone up there with weapons. If you can agree to those terms, we will take Rao to a safe location, drop him off outside of the city once we're clear of you and your personnel.
What is he saying? What the heck is he saying?
Right. Yeah. So with a successful talk roll, I think you're gonna buy them some time as they like are gonna think of like work on it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and the idea is hopefully that
they're gonna say like it's gonna take time to get these things together. Right, but that's totally playing into your hands, right?
That's the whole idea of like
exactly. Like time, okay, but it's going to take time. Alien, we'll get you what you need, kind of stuff.
Yeah, totally. Just say chop chop, in whatever that sounds like in their language.
Yeah. That's chop chop.
Why did you just whisper chop chop? What did you say?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Cool. Yeah. So so you have some time. But what are you going to spend? How are you going to spend that time? What are you guys going to do?
Well, I think obvious. Ideally, right? We need to sort of somehow make it descend down safely, right?
Yeah.
I don't have any ideas aside from maybe like creating a wall of like brick or something like that, or something debris to stop them from shooting us. But
I want to heal myself, and if there's any really thick arm like plating that we could use as a shield, maybe that could be useful.
Benedictus gives you finger guns. Don't worry, I got this. Is there any car-sized debris?
Let's just do the heal check.
More nervous now. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm very worried now.
So the heal check needs to be done quickly though, because if we spend too much time, they actually can't heal anymore, if I remember how.
Yeah, totally. Let's focus on that for a second. So what does it look? Are you using your healer's kit to do this stuff?
Yeah, I also have lift, which I could, or Lazarus patches.
Lazarus is just for stabilization in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have lift, which I can use too.
Oh, is that a drug?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I haven't even looked at those yet.
Yeah, cool. So what do you want to do?
I want to heal up as quick as possible.
So you want to use lift?
Yeah, it basically shortens the healing time by a lot.
Yeah. Do you know what page that's on?
Pharmaceuticals, on page 73. A lift stem that augments and amplifies the body's natural response to physical injury and exhaustion. It boosts the natural speed recovery drastically and heals 1d8 plus the user's heal skill and hit points after 5 minutes of rest.
Right. Cool. Well, you definitely have bought you.
Each
Logan
application adds. Yeah, each application adds 1 system strain to the target. I don't think that affects you too much because you're not a psychic user, but you can have it up to a max of like something. It's up the very top under hit points.
Yeah. My max is 5 and my current is 1.
5?
Yeah.
Mine's 11. How the fuck does that work? Is it like something to do with Constitution, maybe? Oh, I think it's your max Constitution.
My Constitution is 8.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, how do I do this again? Sorry. 75.
Oh, so it's a heal test, right?
Yeah, it's 1d8. No, it's just 1d8 plus your heal skill. Like, it's just, you just get that much HP back. Over 5 minutes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually awesome. I might have to swap my my stuff out for that, I think. Hey, look at that. That's not bad. That's more HP than you have, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
And since that's just over 5 minutes, we have time to do other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you need any heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Need me to rip things off of walls?
I look at Yichthen's. All right, Doc, I need you to break me off a big piece of rubble about your size.
I just go to a wall and do it.
Good. All right. I need you to. Do you think you got time to sculpt it into something like beautiful, like a sheep's head, or a Bulgarian bullfrog from? No, you know what? Never mind. And Benny is going to pick up the debris and use telekinetic armory, and I can turn it into a tech level 4 if I throw it, right? If I'm reading that right. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to chunk it, hopefully upwards towards the guards, just enough so they are like, holy crap, and then they scatter.
Right, to give you
enough time to like swoop down.
Right, so you're not really trying to attack them so much as just like make them so they're no longer pre-aiming your.
Yeah, it's like, holy crap! That I'm going to toss a car at these cops.
What type of weapons were they using, Eric?
They were using rifles.
Like laser?
No, they don't use lasers.
Okay. They're immune to lasers.
They're immune to lasers, so that's why they're. Yeah.
I'd probably stop him from throwing that and be like, if we have another piece, we could use that as cover as we descend.
You're right. Go grab another piece of that paneling, and just in case some of them try to be heroes, we can raise the shields. But this is going to make them scatter, because you see how they're all lined up at like in a line.
I've already stopped listening, and I'm already like prying off the wall.
I look at Didi. Nobody ever listens to the guy who can pick things up with his mind, and he tosses it. And let me go and look up.
I love the idea that the robot's like, what?
She just blinks in agreement.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let me look up equipment, because I have to see what a tech level 4 rifle does. I mean, it's not doing any damage. I'm just tossing a giant.
No,
rock.
it's not so much damage as make a
telekinesis check.
Oh yeah, make a telekinesis check here. And if you succeed, then okay, this would be a graduated test here. To get the effect that you want, like just like literally forcing them to make a reflex save or something like that to avoid like getting hit by this thing and getting out of the way. Then it's going to be right. That means it's a reflex save for them to be knocked off their guard. If you can get a 10, then it will be a flat good roll. No reflex save needed by them. You did it. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to use my whiz modifier because I'm using telekinetic armory on this thing.
Totally. Yeah. So this is so this isn't an attack. This is just a skill check to do this thing. Holy shit! Look at okay, nicely done. That was certainly not guaranteed, but that's a really good roll. Congrats. And yeah, you get it exactly how we said it. So the camera cuts back for a second. If you see this huge piece of plate, ceramic plate, just fly up at the air, and they scatter for a second, like what the fuck? And they get out of the way, and this huge thing that hits the top of the ceiling, and it crashes some stuff down. We see more like sparks come down, and then we go back, and we already see you guys are already in action, getting ready to go into the tunnel. Right?
Sweet.
Yep. All right, let's keep going.
Cool. Yeah, nicely done. All right, so you guys are able to crawl into the tunnels, right?
I'd like to take the piece of metal from the wall and try to smash it across the door and like make it so they can't follow as easily.
Ooh, I'm going to help her with my soldering laser on my gobloid wrench.
So you're going to take time to seal this thing instead of moving. That's the plan.
I would assume it's if I weld it to the tunnel.
Welding takes time.
They have to unweld it or find a way to remove it.
Yeah.
So
But
Yeah.
welding takes time. It's a good strategy. It just means that you can't be up with the rest of the group. This is going to take several minutes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to tell them to go on ahead, and I'll catch up with them while I weld this close.
I mean, sure thing. If that's what you want to do, I mean, we could just leave and get on a train and make good headway. But if that's what you want to do, I'm not going to stop.
Oh
you.
yeah, and if they follow us, they can shoot us, right?
But we can shoot
Right.
them too. You know, we have guns.
Yeah, but we're
not-
not supposed to be killing them.
Right. So you don't need to make the welding check yet.
Okay.
You're going to make the welding check when someone inevitably fucks up later on in this mission and they are at the door trying to breach it. That's when you make the test. So all right. But you guys are in the maintenance tunnels. You guys don't have a map to where you need to go. What do you do?
Well, I use my gut, Eric Vulgaris. Yeah. I'm gonna navigate with my gut.
Notice wisdom.
That's
what it
nice
seems
if
like.
you need to get your guts out.
Yeah. All right, then I'll do a notice wisdom.
Yeah, you want to squirt some of your entrails?
So I'm just like, it's like, you know, we have this saying back where I'm from that if you put your hand on the left wall and you walk, you'll eventually get to where you need to go.
Yeah, it's a DC 10.
DC 10.
I want to help with the trying to find our way through.
Yes,
Are you
please
saying we should
try to
go
help this
left?
poor human. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's a notice check.
Yes, it's notice.
Notice wisdom. Okay.
Why are the DCs
Does that
so
help?
high, by the way, Eric? Like,
Because this is like the only roll you need to do to get there, right? This is like an all or nothing kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
So if you fail, it's not like, well, that's it, everybody. It's that you fail forward and something happens, right?
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
Also, it's like you're under pressure, and now you're literally in archive maintenance tunnels that are completely, literally alien to you, trying to find a path through them that leads you down to to some sort of connection between here and one of the lines of the hypertrains that are underneath the surface. So yes, it's a DC 10.
so I got a 7.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds like it's a good time to make that welding check now.
Okay, I'm gonna roll fix because I'm fixing it to the
absolutely.
thing.
Yeah,
Fix this
definitely.
Do you have a toolkit?
My wrench is my toolkit, but yes, I do have a toolkit.
The DC to this test is a versus test because they're also going to be trying to roll to break it open.
So in your instance right here, the wrench is not the toolkit. The wrench is a welder. A toolkit gives you a bonus.
Yeah,
to
I do
you're
have.
trying to
I do have Boss Tech toolkit. It was part of my equipment at the beginning
All right, then.
because
So
I
you're
get.
using like nano machines to seal this thing.
Mhm.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay,
So
like this is, and like just so everyone who's watching at home, this isn't like Benny is the one currently doing the welding right now. This is them trying to break it open, and this is just the versus test for them to break it open is equal to their fixed roll right now. Okay.
yeah, so I'm going to intelligence or wisdom.
It's probably it sounds like it's intelligence. You're
Yeah.
doing this diligently
Yeah.
in a way that would seal this thing pretty quickly, as well as giving you the maximum seal. So it's probably
All right. I'll toss this. I'll toss that. I'm getting one from DD.
All right. Well, you gotta be the 5.
And then
That's
one from the
classic
Boss
Eric,
Tech.
guys.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So it's you're buying the group time. We can hear the beginnings of the jets of their sort of like them prying open your seal, right? But they're not like breaking into the tunnels yet. So there's just there's a minor fire under your butts, not a major one. Okay. Cool.
All right.
All right, now back to figuring out how to get out of here. So you guys don't know if you're on the right path or not. You've been traveling around frantically finding ways to get down, and of course, of course you get stuck at having to make a leap over like one of those like gulfs, and beneath it is like one of those like fast moving like automated like conveyor systems carrying around like data cores to different places, and so you guys need to jump over this this chasm here.
Can I just throw people?
It's about 12 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to do a throw skill to jump over this thing?
Is there a throw skill?
It's exert.
I mean, I think it's exert. Yeah, I would allow exert.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it. I don't have anything in exert, but I have
Just
good
anybody
strength.
Yeah, no, I would. I mean, you are like this robed insectoid colony. It would make sense.
So I mean, your exert would be a +1 if you have a -1 in it, right? Because your strength is a 2. So
I have +1 overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would anyone want to jump on board to the throw train, or would they want to do it themselves?
I sort of look up at Yekthena's, and I look across the gap, and I'm just like, you know what? I've never been thrown by an alien before, so you know it's the first
Before
time
he
for
finishes
everything.
talking, I throw him.
Yeah.
You know, and I land face first on the other side, I guess. Or I guess let's see what the roll happens, right?
It's a 6.
To pass.
Yeah, you're like, I've never been thrown by an alien.
I like to hit the ground on the other side of my face, and I sort of stand up and it's like, and we also ask for consent before doing things too. But you know,
I inferred from what you were saying.
you know what? I wish a lot more people on Earth had your spirit of consent there, but that's okay. We'll get over this hump together, you and me. We'll work on this. We'll start up a HR.
I'm already looking for someone else to throw.
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing, fam?
We'll institute a series of rules so that we understand the boundaries of agreement with each other. You know, we'll set up everything so it makes a lot more sense in the long run. I'll make some paperwork. It'll be fine. Our people will talk to each other. Yeah.
Just who wants to be on the throw train?
How long is it going to take me to catch up with them?
You mean because of the ceiling stuff?
Yeah, like how far behind am I?
No, you've already caught up with them. They waited.
It's like
that was like a role in the past, right?
Okay, I look at Yekthena's. Please, just
I
if
know
you're going
you
to
can fly, if you can fly, whatever.
Well, I mean, if you want to throw me, just be very gentle. I bruise easy.
I'll catch you.
I grab him like under, like
He's
in the
swaddling
seat,
a
and just
baby.
whoosh.
Ooh.
I got a mock to catch him, and then I just don't.
And at that moment, I use my telekinesis not to latch onto the train instead of
We're not
pulling the
jumping
train
to
to
a train.
me.
We're not jumping on a train.
I thought that's what the whole thing we're
Nope,
doing is we're jumping on a
across
speed
the
train.
bridge. We're jumping across the bridge right now.
A chasm. Yeah.
Oh, he then just grapple hooks with his telekinesis and pulls himself towards the bridge as he's going in the air.
All right, show off.
We get
What
it.
is
You
he
have
throwing?
mystical powers. If only those mystical powers would make you more interesting to talk to.
Yeah, this coming from the people who used to eat cat food on this thing called the internet.
Rao. Rao does a prayer in his own language, and also is able to hover over.
Can I hear what he says?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, by the twin lights, give me strength. Raise me up as you did us once long ago. Please keep me and my companions safe. And in kind of just like does a quick like crouching tiger, hidden dragon, wushu, kind of like leap over the chasm. Like the air like carries them over.
You know, as he's landing, I'm just like,
I mean, it's clearly psychic. Like it's just a psychic power.
yeah. As he's landing, I'm just like, can I do that? Like, if I'm able to talk like that, can I just, you know, ask the Holy Ghost to send me over?
Benedictus is like, I don't know. Can you? And he pushes him over with telekinesis.
Oh. You don't.
No, he doesn't.
I was already thrown in.
I'm on the other side already. I was first
Yeah.
one there. Put the flag down and everything. Sorry, Kika, how do you throw yourself?
With my legs.
You'd like throw yourself. Yep.
Yes. Flutter my wings really hard. Look pretty while I do it.
Yep. Land gracefully.
Hopefully.
What is
For myself?
what is the exert on Derek, I guess?
I'm gonna jump.
Oh, yeah.
What was she throwing? Very strong.
What was that?
Why was Ictinus throwing you guys? Is she very strong?
Yeah, she has the
Yeah.
highest modifier you can get in strength.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm jumping. Hopefully.
I believe in you.
Well, there goes another meat sock. So
You rolled fix.
Yeah, I made it.
no, you have to roll exert, not fix. You rolled the wrong one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought I rolled the right one. It's just below exert. You said exert?
Yep.
Oh, now I'm gonna.
You gotta be the 6.
Ah,
Hey, make
better.
it.
jump.
Cool.
Are we all to the other side?
Yeah, that's it. Everyone's over there.
Cool.
Let's continue.
Right, and then the sounds of a rushing hyper train is like much closer now. You guys think you have a pretty good sense of directions of where you need to go from here on out to get to the mag train, and I think you guys are gonna rush down, like taking a left down one of these small maintenance hallways, and we're gonna go to our first break.
Many thanks to our Patreon supporters for this week's episode. Head on over to patreon.com/Henley to support the growth of Die Party.
Cool. So our party was able to get over a chasm, seal up some things in the maintenance tunnels underneath an ancient archive or holy relics, and you're trying to make your way down to and catch one of these maglev trains that can get us out of here. These super fast moving, both cargo and personnel moving trains that sort of crisscross and intersect throughout the entire Polya City region. All these trains are kind of like AI run. So figuring out how to get these things to either stop for you or how to like board one of these trains is going to be a problem. And I think what you guys can see is like you guys look down over one of these, like, imagine you're not at the level yet to get to the train, but you're still above one of the trains, but you can kind of see the maglev rails go by, and we hear that sort of like rumbling that's getting louder, that sort of Doppler effect of one of these trains, and you just watch this long, completely like square train with many cars just blast by at like Mach 6, and it's like only, it's obviously like inertially dampened, so it doesn't sound super loud, but like think of the trains in, if you guys have seen Black Panther, the train in the Wakanda asteroid, or the impact site, the crater site train that goes by. So think of that, right? Zooming by that you need to catch. So that one goes by, and based on your best estimates and everything you've heard so far, you should expect another train in like maybe like 15 minutes or so. So you guys need to rush down and figure out a plan to get on one of these trains. What is your plan?
Is there like general populace down here? Like what type of people are down here?
No, you're like not at a station. You're like between stations, right?
In the maintenance.
You're in the middle. Yeah, you're in the middle of a track.
What's the speed these things go at?
Mach
Incredibly
6.
fast. Yeah,
Okay.
like Mach 5 or 6, like very, 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 very fast.
Well, I don't
'Cause, like,
think
you don't-
we're going to be able to jump on that. To be honest with you.
Right. Well, yeah, you're not gonna be able to hop on it,
Yeah.
so you're gonna have to figure out a way to either like find a way to slow the trains down, figure out a way to like find something that could let you talk to the AI that runs the trains to tell them, like, explain your situation, get picked up, You know, like I don't, or whatever you guys think of, right? It's your
Is
I
there a
think that
maintenance
Benedict
terminal
and I
here?
have to. Yeah, I think that Benedict and I have to hack the train AI.
Or we could, like, I don't know, jury rig some of the mags to, like, not function for a certain amount of time and have it slow down. Because if it's a mag system, it would just run by the propulsion of the magnets, right? So
yeah, you could totally like lower the power. That's totally a thing you could do.
and
Yeah,
it
we
should
could lower the
theoretically.
power so it goes slow enough we can jump on it.
Yeah. Right. The trains are all powered. So like, there's like a single like monorail type system that they sit on top of, but then there's these corresponding sort of like magnetic poles on each side that sort of imagine sort of like a spinal cord, right? There's like these sort of like extra little pips off that single rail that sort of give it its magnetic push. Essentially, these trains run like you would a railgun, like they get pushed by magnets, right? But it's just not nearly as fast to be a weapon.
I'm gonna see if I can find a track maintenance panel or maintenance terminal. So I would assume that they would have these terminals that you can like shut down the mag receptors to be like, hey, we're working on the track here. You're gonna have to wait like a second, kind of deal.
Right. So you would know a thing or two about magnetic trains, their technology. You know that like these things aren't necessarily dangerous unless the train's like right there. They don't like keep them powered all the time. They turn them off and they only turn them when they get close, right? So the power will kind of like follows the train in front of it. So yeah. So you know they're already off, but like I guess it sounded like you were trying to do that, or maybe it sounded like you're trying to find a maintenance panel to like
slow it
the rest
down.
of the system that like this is a construction zone.
Yeah,
Maybe
somewhere where basically, if this is all automated, I want to tell the system, you need to apply the brakes because we're doing maintenance in this area.
Right. So you want to lie. You want to lie to the AI that runs this thing, or the VI that runs this thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's gonna. Okay. Well, first off, you need to get access to this system, right? Like you need to get into. Now this is not the same thing as the systems that were in the archives. Right now, you're trying to get into sort of like the Hoya City transportation network, safety systems, right? As a engineer would, right, or a traffic person would.
So I would assume that it's behind like a maintenance door or something. You know?
Yeah. Like it's not too far away. One of these ones does not like presciently know what you want. This does require sort of like an authentication password and stuff like that. And so that's sort of like your first bar. Yeah, imagine it kind of looks like a ATM machine kind of would, right? Like it like inlaid to a panel, maybe like 10 feet away from the track.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of breathing room between like your sort of like narrow walkway that you're on, a thin ceramic rail that sort of keeps you from the rest of the track. Right, the track's maybe like 15 feet away. Like one of those humming, or it's not humming right now, but like one of those like pulse maglev things is very close by.
Oh God, I'm right next to the third rail. Okay, I'm going to die. All right, he's going to try to hack into the system. He's going to use DT to run a jailbreak algorithm to just like bombard the security protocols with just a bunch of bloat to where it's like, whatever, I can't deal with this, and it just like lets me in.
I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
I guess that there would be a way for me to inject a signature from my AI system to confuse the AI long enough for you to do the jailbreak thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I'd actually need you to communicate with the AI. Yeah.
So so this is cool because this is actually a different. So what you're going to help with, Derek, is actually a different task of this hacking. You're actually trying to suppress a system, you're trying to basically inundate it, being like, hey, I'm also the AI kind of thing, while they try to, I guess, while Benny tries to subvert the system.
Yeah.
I guess what I would be doing is spoofing my real AI identity. I would probably pretend to be like the probably the mains network, the electric system,
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Right. And so and by doing that, you're bypassing the need to log in, right? But by doing that, you're going to need to like introduce yourself, right? Like you basically need to like fake your way into the system as the AI, right? And see whether or not it detects you. So this is why there's still a role for you, right? Because it needs to know whether or not you're actually good, or it should know itself trying to access something. So depending on how good you are doing that, it might notice you.
So talk or perform or something.
No, this is still in program, right?
I just rolled. I rolled a 6.
Ah, right. No. So I think you get a message, right? Of the AI obviously detecting that you guys are accessing the system here, and it clearly wants to know who you are, or maybe it does. I think with a failure, I think it's able to read who you are and saying, why is a solar system, or like why is a sword trying to access our system?
I'm looking at this catatonic body like, oh man, he better not screw this up, because we're all gonna die.
What do you say, Derek?
It's got me. So it knows I'm a spaceship, right?
Yeah. So no, it's like why is a sword ancillary accessing my system, right? This AI is very good at what it does. I mean, it is a sensitive system. Like transit networks are actually pretty secure. It's not like a random gas station. A citywide like capital transit system has a pretty good security system, and it's aware. And so it's aware enough to know that you are a sword. So it wants to it genuinely wants to know what you're doing, right?
Got me.
What do you do when it says so? Like it doesn't know you're the sword of Atagaris, but it knows you're a sword, but it just doesn't. It wants to know why you're accessing a tunnel in the middle of nowhere, right? In the system, like why? I see you accessing panel hex 473. Explain yourself.
Any ideas, Benedict?
Just tell him that you are working with Guru, whatever his face, to suppress and stop the terroristic hostage situation that they have.
That's a good idea. Eric, would I know if a different sword was at this moment in planet?
Not your ancillary, but your sword would know that if there was another sword nearby. No, you guys were ordered to this region of this part of space. You would know that there is no other sword nearby.
So I sent a message as Benedict suggested, saying that we're trying to track a group of fugitives that escaped from the archive, and I request access to the train network because we're trying to help a Ganesh.
Oh, cool. Cool. Yeah. So it says Poya City Transit Network (VI) by statutes 34(7)A through C cannot interfere with political exchanges. However, and it thinks for a second and goes, however, aiding and assisting swords and solars is permissible, and it's and it grants you access to the system. However, cut over to the sort of like general office suite of Ganesh, and it gets a message on their systems saying how you guys are accessing the network tunnels for the trains, and you hear him go like, "Fuck, give me every map of where they could be going. They're probably going outside the city, right?" And like he's clearly making plans and stuff like that, and slowly going to try to race against you guys, and cuts back to you. So your plans have been
I lean into Yick Thinners, and I'm just like,
right?
Do you reckon they'll be able to tell where we're going?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, now they definitely can, right? Because you weren't like like helping the police isn't a covert action for the VI, so of course it's like logged somewhere, and so if something is sniffing the logs for things like that, it's going to find it, right? This isn't something that's covert. So yeah, that's what the failure is, right? It's not covert.
I look at Adagar's. You did remember to grab that log that it was going to send, right? No.
Oh, the good news is, you know that this is a public, or at least for the most part, when I say public, I mean accessible to the factions that we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Like in terms of powerful factions being able to listen in on these conversations, you're more or less speaking publicly. The VI though, this is enough of a boost that it connects you to the Sword of Atagars, right? Proper. Right, you're able to get a connection out there. Remember, because how it cannot interfere with political coups or anything like that. So it can restore the connection if you wanted to. You can piggyback your connection to the sword, and it probably says something like that to you, being like, "Interesting. You're currently you're currently off a disconnect to it ostensibly knows that you're disconnected. Like it can't tell that you're disconnected, but like based on the environment of where you're at and stuff like that, like you should be having difficulties being connected to your sword. You know, the VI Polya City Transit Network VI would like to assist you with this, and gives you a little connection channel.
So I'm pretty much piggybacking the transit AI reconnect with the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's
okay,
no problem.
Yeah,
I mean, the Transit Network VI is probably one of like the biggest systems in terms of feats of technology on this planet, of like it running everywhere and keeping everything on time. Like it's the city couldn't exist in its size without this network. So like it has no problem helping you out. Like, this thing is in and of itself as like basically a jewel of that other planets would love to have. Like, how do you make an VI? Like, what is its secrets to running and facilitating so many people? So, anyways, so you're able to connect to the sword.
All right. So can I?
Yeah.
I guess reconnection is mutual, so both parts would instantly transfer like everything that happened to each part during the disconnection.
Yeah, sync up.
Yeah, like sync, and then I would download the maps of the trains, and immediately after that, I would tell Ignace Benedict, and what's your name, Logan, about
Logan
from Guru Rao is with us also, right?
Yeah. And it's two soldiers.
Yeah, and then I would say that to him. Well, first I announce I just got reconnected to the sword. Guru Rao, your men are looking for you. They contacted my ship. We are arranging a pickup operation, but we first have to get out of the city.
Good.
They're also escorting the ship with fighter jets. And I the train.
He asked for any news of his wife.
Wasn't it his sister
I
last
don't
time?
have.
Sorry?
I thought it was his sister last time.
No, you're right. It is his sister. My bad. Yep, his sister. Shit, my bad.
Maybe they can marry their sisters.
Maybe it's his cousin as well.
Oh, fuck, it's both. Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's both. Yeah, because they're reptilian. I guess they wouldn't mind. I don't know. I didn't receive any info. Actually, your men were reticent to give me any more information. I guess they were just as suspicious as I was from them.
Hey, it's all good as long as we get paid, right? Sort of elbow the guy.
This is clearly gives you the eye, so this is not the time to be cracking jokes.
Yeah, but I do. But sir, Guru, would you like to relay a message to your security detail?
I look at Addy. You did tell the VI to slow the train down, right?
I did not.
All right. And he runs back to the terminal and he starts tapping violently on it.
That's your job.
Yeah, no, it does that though. But here's my question for you, Derek. Because you guys were fired on, like that's gonna get logged and reported. In fact, you can pretty much announce it and be like, I was attacked. I'm okay, but then like there's cause for like an actual strike by other solar forces to like bigger ships than you to show up now, right? Like you could call for backup.
The solar from our employer.
Like, would that be something the Sword would do? Would you shoot like an FTL drone to like relay a message that has its own little drive that has to drill out of space and get out there and send a message?
I love the idea that that's always a constant threat that we can use, but I don't think we've ever used it before. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like calling for backup is definitely something that can get used, but like the reason why we keep getting sent out on these things is because we don't rely too much on that sort of stuff in a lot of cases.
Right.
But like, we can definitely use it as like a threat for sure.
Right. But like Ganesh's forces shot at a cop, right? So like this is on the table.
I don't think that things have gone south that bad that we would ask for backup, but it's certainly on the table. I guess our priority is to just get out. But it's good to know we have that tool.
Yeah.
Also, I wouldn't do it a ton by myself. I would consult unless we were cut off for a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
So, Benedict, did you arrange the AI for the train to slow down?
I look over at him and I press a button with one finger. Yeah, I did, mister. I just had a conversation with the virtual intelligence.
Meanwhile, I was like standing like in the track, like getting ready to like grab a train that was coming.
Yeah. No, you got to put more weight on your back foot because it's going to be coming at a pretty fast pace. You don't want to...
And you are sure that this is how you catch a train?
Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. Logan, what are you trying to teach her?
No. She wanted to know how to stop the train, and I said, we catch trains where we're from all the time, and she just did that by herself.
I pointed at Yxthenez. Look, normally I would say this is a really funny moment for you to learn a lesson, but that thing's coming at Mach 6. Your colony would turn into a bunch of separate colonies, and I don't know if all of them would technically make it.
We already had this discussion. You can come back now. The joke's been played. Don't worry, we got him.
Yeah, I just like go like skitter over to him and like high five him with one of my hands.
Oh, we have a secret handshake now. We do like a
nice.
And like a fist bump and like an elbow tap and cross our arms and look at the other two people. It's like, yeah, we're important too. What's up?
He kind of like squints at them. Somebody's gonna get wrenched. Somebody's gonna get wrenched.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're able to like stop the next coming train to get you. But here's the rub. Can somebody make a notice check for me?
I think Yxthenez can do this.
Go for it.
Pity
Is
roll.
notice intelligence based?
Pity roll.
You want to use intelligence? Is what you're asking?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I got this then. I think. What was this one?
Nice.
Aw.
Good roll. Good
Yeah.
roll. Solid roll.
I can re-roll though.
You are an expert, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just re-roll both dice.
Yeah, you just do the check again.
Okay.
And it's also worth pointing out that those checks can be made once per.
Per scene.
Scene. Yeah. So, which is really good.
Yeah.
So.
So I got a 9.
Boom.
Hey, a 9. Cool. You definitely hear the sounds that they're the extra drone forces are on their way towards you from the path that you guys took. They finally broken through the vents, and they're on your way over to you. So you guys need to hurry up.
Okay. Well, I
It should
mean,
be faster, they are coming.
Snapple pop. Okay, well, guys, I think what we need to do is we need to pull out our weapons and we need to shoot some drones. What do you think? I'm not a big fan of being shot, so.
I pull out 2 type A cell batteries, and he begins to jury rig in an explosive. Have you
What
ever
are you trying to get to an explosive?
2 type A cells? They're like batteries, right?
Yeah, but they're like I'm pretty sure the battery power cells are supposed to be like very safe. So if you wanted to make
So is a 9-volt battery, but if you take 2 9-volt batteries and you hook them together, they'll explode. They'll generate enough heat and they'll just go battery acid everywhere.
So there are actually like personal explosive devices that you can use.
It sounds like you're making an impromptu one.
Yeah, but I don't have any explosives on me, so I have 4 type A cells on me, so I'm going to take them out and put them together and toss them down so they'll generate enough heat to the point where they'll explode. So
Perhaps you could also set up a tripwire that is connected to the 3rd rail.
oh, you're absolutely wonderful, Doc. Do you have any type of conductive material like wire and or wire?
Can I just like rip a nearby railing out and like hold it to him?
Not without damaging the track, right? Is that what you're one?
No,
is that
not
what you're
like
saying?
not a rail, just like a handrail.
Oh, like a safety
Oh.
rail.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. You could just do that with your strength. Yeah.
Oh,
That's just cool. Yeah.
uh,
Rip it off. Yeah.
Dennis, you are a wonderful, wonderful being, but you're also very scary. And he points to the power cells. All right, now I want you to
You
connect.
are also very small.
That I can agree with, actually. You do seem to be lacking a certain height to you.
Right. Yeah. Somebody's going to get wrenched. I swear it. I'm going to take somebody out at the knees. Then we'll see who's small. And he points
Yeah,
to
little
the,
buddy, aim big, yeah.
He takes the wrench and he like goes to sweep the ankles.
Yeah. Okay.
So he tells Yikthenis to attach the one end of the rails to the batteries and carefully place the other end to the 3rd rail. And he's going to use the same kind of tools to weld them together. So when the train passes, it generates enough electricity or enough energy to overcharge the battery cells and cause them to explode.
What is this for?
Blowing up stuff.
They're trying to disable the track so no one can pursue you. Is what I get out of it, right?
Basically to stop pursuance. Yeah.
Thought he was going to blow them up.
Yeah, that was my intention as well. Like, we're sitting here in the entrance tunnel, and we're gonna blow the entrance tunnel so it collapses. And if any of them get too close, it'll explode them as well. But that's neither here nor there. But generally, to slow them down.
All right, because like the entrance tunnel that they're coming from is not the same exact tunnel as the maglev train's going on, and that's what I got confused about.
Oh, they're coming down our tunnel, the one that we came out of, right? So he's going to set that up there. So when the mag train passes, it generates the energy, explodes the power cells, and then the tunnel collapses.
Okay, I got it. Cool. No, that sounds really cool. Okay, then let's jump to there.
Ready with my sniper. Are we jumping to the shooting at guys that can come?
Well, let's see if I can set this up properly first.
Currently, it's set that the train's going to slow down and stop and let you guys on midway, and then go, right? Like the VI is trying to be as helpful as possible. They're going to make you like, now catch a moving train, like, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna slow down the train for you.
But as it starts moving again, it's going to generate the energy to overcharge the power cells.
I don't think you're only type A, man. They're like, type A is for like powering like a handheld computer. Like they're not like wall destroying explosions that you're gonna get from these things.
Let me see.
Type B is like, powering a tank sort of thing. That's the one you want for blowing up shit.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll put more down. He'll put like 4 down. Increase the explosion. He'll throw this. Let me look at the appendix.
No, that sounds super cool though. Like, yeah, if you can like fix something together, that sounds good, and have it ready in time. Like there's also like a time component here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna roll fix at intelligence. We're having DD help us. So 10 is what I got. So
okay, you're able to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have the charges in place.
And I look at the two shooty guys, Logan and Addy. All right. Now, just in case this doesn't work, raise your weapons. Just in case it doesn't work.
Yeah, cool. So crawling through the passageway that you came is not a person, but basically a murder bot. It's basically, think of the things from the Matrix,
the octopus?
Octopod, like the octopod-y style floating machines that it seems to be like crawling on the walls, coming down towards you.
Oh, you mean like in the not in the actual like Matrix?
Yeah, not like Agent Smith. No, but like the like it's literally not even touching the ground. It's like using its pseudopods to like just keep itself balanced as it just continues to walk down to you, as it like kind of like barrels into the wall. Yeah, and then you guys see it. Yeah, you guys see it, and it immediately like focuses its lenses at you and begins to try to shoot you. So I think it hasn't like crossed the threshold through the door yet to blow your charges, right? But like as soon as it sees you, it's gonna try to open fire, unless you guys were like hiding from it, but that means you couldn't see it, right?
No, it's okay.
Am I
What kind of
misinterpreting the
weapons
situation here,
is it?
Zippy? Like, were you waiting for it to like cross the line through the explosion, or what?
So the thing was, we'd get on the train would move, generate the energy, goes to the 4 power cells, and overcharges them basically with all that energy. It transfers the energy created from
Right.
the rail to the
Right.
batteries.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you guys can definitely you hear like the train approaching, but it's not getting here fast enough from this machine. So like you guys need to do something.
All right. So yeah. I guess we would wait, and it would just be like a second option that would happen. Didn't take.
I'm gonna
Didn't do
shoot
it.
it.
No, okay, go for it.
Okay.
Can I just shoot, or are we rolling initiative?
No, we're gonna go to initiative.
Bring it on.
Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. Benedictus, you go first.
I'm going to commit an effort to the scene to power up telekinetic armory, and my gobloid wrench starts to hum with psychic energy.
For when that thing comes across.
Yeah, I have to. That's my action, is to prepare telekinetic armory.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, then this thing's gonna go, and it's going to try to shoot. Let's see. It's got 4 targets, right? It's got Logan. It's got
Well, 5 if you include Raoul.
Sword. Oh, Rao. No, I mean Rao's not obvious. Rao's obviously hiding from this thing. Like he's
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
But the 2 other guards are also going to be there, as well as our ancillary. So that's 4 targets. I'm going to choose who it's going to hit. Okay, so it's going after Logan.
Alrighty, yep.
Let's see, and it targets Logan, and it's going to do.
AC 17.
Okay, cool. So that's +1. Okay. It blasts this like a burst of like spikes out of it, and they all like fly back to their side of the like literally the other wall, and you see like in like one succession after another, like they're all like pinpoint accuracy spikes that like hit each other, and they kind of like burst and explode like crystals.
Like a nail gun almost. Of
Yeah,
fucking-
like a crystal nail
needler.
gun that also explodes. Yeah, it's kind of like a needler. Yeah, you don't want to get hit by these things. So, anyways, all right. So it next turn. It's Eucfinus.
Yeah. Oh,
I
melee
don't have
ability.
any. I don't have ranged things, and I was just attacked.
I mean, you can throw stuff.
Is there anything nearby that I can throw?
You just ripped a railing off a wall. Why don't you try that again?
rip another railing and javelin it.
Okay, I'll do that. What would that be?
I think it's exert to throw, or is it shoot to throw? I think it's exert. I think it might be shoot, actually. Actually, think about it. I think it might be shoot with strength. Hang on, let me check.
To give you an idea, it is. Yeah, it's exert. It's typically to throw.
It says here, shoot. Use it as combat skill when using ranged weapons, whether hurled rocks, bows, laser pistols, combat
hurled
rifles,
rocks,
or
yeah.
ship
Okay.
countering.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So it's
sh-
shoot.
It's shoot using like strength instead of dex, I guess. So
Okay, but like weapon stats.
weapon stats for like improvised weapons.
Yeah.
1 second here.
What kind of weapon is it?
Improvised. So it's a
Is it your blade?
no, it would be unarmed attack, just so you know, a 1d2, unless you have anything else. And this would be like I guess a medium primitive weapon. So this would be like
A D8.
1d6 plus 1 for medium primitive.
Okay.
Because it's just a piece of metal, right? So
Yep.
Yeah. And the shock is AC 13, which I don't think it will hit, but
Oh yeah, I forgot about shock.
mm-hmm.
Logan, what's your AC? 15?
17.
17. That's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so it does miss your shock. Okay.
Oh no, that's a ranged weapon, so it's only when it comes in and does
Oh,
melee.
it's melee.
stuff.
When it's melee. Yeah. Got it. Sorry. Okay.
So this wouldn't count for shock because you're throwing it, but yeah.
Yeah. I
So
got
you
a
made it
9.
as a skill test instead of a D20?
Oh.
Yeah,
Shoot.
you have to roll. Yeah, you have to roll a d20 to hit.
Yeah. Attack rolls. Yeah, this game uses like 2 different systems. Like one is for skills and one is for combat.
So it'd be 1d20 plus your strength bonus plus any shoot bonuses that you have. I think if your shoot is -1, you add -1, so it's just +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the AC is how much what you need to pass to hit. Okay, that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. No, doesn't matter. Oof. That's a 1. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna move
Bummer.
behind cover and just take out my blade and wait for it to come to me.
So yeah, describe for us what it looks like. Like, what does it do that just completely just annihilates your shot at it? Right, like this thing's like 8-armed metal squid monster. Like, does it just like split it in half?
No, I go to like throw like the javelin and like right as it leaves my hand, it shoots it.
Oh yeah, and it just explodes like you hit it, and we just see like this burst of purple crackling crystalline energy just like disintegrate the javelin in your hand. Yeah,
Just like
that's badass.
Nope.
Yeah,
Died.
yeah, cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I dig it. Cool. So the order goes. Next up is Logan. Then our ancillary.
12. Probably not.
A 12? No, not enough. Just so you know, it's a 16.
Damn, we're never gonna hit this thing.
Yeah. Well, if you did 14 points of damage to it.
Which
Let's
is
kill a robot. So
basic. That's 1 point off maximum damage for me. So.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Aren't you a warrior? No, you're an adventurer.
Sorry?
I'm a partial warrior. So.
Right. So you don't get the bonus like hit anyways or reroll stuff. So never mind.
No, okay. I don't get that. No, but I do. Still
warriors get that perk.
I still get the bonus AC, bonus attack.
Yeah.
Damage. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. Derek, you know about the bonus warrior thing, right?
Yep. So every scene that you're in, you can re-roll one failed attack, or one attack that hits you can re-roll it.
Yeah, I have it in mind since we started this game. I forgot about that last week. And
so
it could have turned into a good thing.
Right. So the Octobot Hunter Killer Robot is coming at you, and then Derek.
Patent pending.
Yeah, and it's my turn, right?
Yeah. Is it sniper rifle time?
Yeah.
You guys can, yeah. No, go ahead.
So
I was just going to describe that the lights of the screen are coming. Like it's getting close. Go.
Okay, the ancillary host kneels, puts around rifle, thing is in my sights, and shoot. This is. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong one. This is the sniper rifle.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that'll do it.
Holy shit. Yeah. Wow.
Wait, the sniper rifle's 2d8 damage?
It is, but I think it is. Just let me check again. On page 67, sniper rifle, yes, 2d8.
Jesus.
Describe how you kill it.
Oh, dude, no. You need to be careful. You're not like...
What?
Sniper rifle's like a kilometer is the minimum distance you can be away from something before it's useful.
From where?
What?
I mean, you just no-scoped it with a...
Where does it say that?
It says range 1,000/2,000.
Well, isn't that...
That's...
the workable range.
Yeah,
I guess
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take a sniper rifle and shoot somebody, at
well,
point
there's
blank,
actually no in this particular game, like inside of the melee range of a gun and stuff. There's actually
No, melee range with guns means you can't actually fire them. Not that like you're within like it's if someone's like punching you, you can't get the gun out to shoot them, right? Because they're like holding the gun with you. You're wrestling in like every movie, right? Like that's what's going on in those scenes. And this time, no, there's nothing stopping someone using a sniper rifle at close range. They're not immediately threatened.
I should do that too, then, by the sounds of things.
Okay,
Yeah.
and on page 66, it says, weapons are listed with their normal and maximum range in meters. Attacks beyond normal range take a -2 penalty to hit rolls.
Okay.
It doesn't specify one way or another.
That's fine.
Yep.
But I do agree. I do agree that using a sniper rifle with the scope at short range should not work. Usually, sniper rifles have an iron sight where you can just
Canted.
slant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's the name for that? Slanted sights or something?
Canted. CANTED. Canted.
Sights.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I did.
Yeah. You can have. It's just a variable sight. Yeah. I'm cool with. I don't think a sniper rifle normally has that shit, but like I'm totally cool with you having it.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the octopus thing very similar to the Matrix things with like
They're called.
scopes.
Yeah, they're called
antennas.
sentinels.
Yeah, the Sentinels. And
Yep.
then
Yeah.
I catch the thing as it is like leaning to the side, and my bullet pretty much destroys the whole array of telescopes and things. So it's not like the thing is destroyed or disabled, but as it cannot see anymore, it just stays there, like trying to walk and things, but it has no sight anymore, so it's useless.
That's awesome. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
That's
got
completely
completely
insane
obliterated.
anymore. Those killer robots. Benedict, is the train here yet?
Looks down the tunnel. Do I hear the train approaching?
Yeah, I was describing how you guys would see the lights and the train was getting close by, and it's already like doing its slow down approach to you.
Oh yeah, hey
Did you
look.
get on?
Ready to jump on yet or anything? Yeah.
We might not want to be in that tunnel, especially if that thing crosses the
Yeah.
railing.
Yeah. So the hunter killer bot is just disabled, but you hear the sounds of other like hunter killer bots like on their way down to you. So what are you guys gonna do? Stick around? Try to fight them? What are you gonna do? Try to quickly hop on the train, wait for it to stop? What's the plan? Or something else?
Is there like? So give me an idea. What kind of components does this robot have?
It's made out of it's clearly super advanced TL4 plus
Right, okay.
technology.
Cool, yeah. Well, my plan is to
Yeah,
jump
like,
on the train.
I mean, if you could- Yeah, like I mean, if you could somehow grab its core and like its weapon stuff and like make a gun out of what it shoots, seems pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that seems.
You probably don't have time for that, or you want to
Yeah.
risk the explosion of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was thinking mostly about like, getting whatever close comms they have. But yeah. That works
Oh, yeah.
for me.
Yeah, no, it's like salvaging that thing would be totally valuable, but you also run the risk of having the bomb explode while you're on the other side of it, sealing you off.
Yeah. That is a problem.
What do you do?
I'm gonna jump onto the train, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on your thinners. All right, take me to the train, please. I'm very scared right now because that thing. Oh man, this is gonna be bad. I don't know why I decided to make a bomb.
I thought that you would set something up so that when they came in, they would hit a wire that would electrocute them.
Oh, oh man, that would have been so much better. Instead of jury rigging all of them to explode, I only know how to. Well, not I don't know only how to make demolition stuff, but I like demolition. It's but it's very scary.
Did
Yes,
you
I've
ever
heard this
work
about
out
you.
why your race of people died out?
Being annoying.
You know, I didn't. I don't know that, but you know, whenever we get to the forge, maybe I can figure that out.
Was
It-
it
to me,
natural
like-
selection? Like what are we dealing with here? Like, because I feel like
I don't know. I was thrown
I
into
think that by what
the.
we're seeing, it looks like your species is like the galactic equivalent of the dodo bird. They just kill themselves in weird explosions and I don't know, just killing
Right.
each other.
I pull out my wrench, which is still humming with psychic energy. Don't make me hurt Carl. I absolutely love Carl.
see, we have a couple of like animals on where I'm from, and they have problems reproducing because they just don't do it.
Oh, we don't
Bless your
reproduce,
heart.
we clone.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get on the
Clone?
train and say, I'm surprised you have yet to try to make a dodecahedron-shaped explosion.
Oh my goodness.
Don't say that. That's probably what killed his race.
Looks at Didi. Didi, I want you to start formulating schematics on how to make a explosion instead of a mushroom cloud. It makes a dodecahedron. And then at the very end, it turns into one of those star dodecahedrons.
What?
For the flare, I suppose.
Exactly for the flare. I like you, Doc. I'll go fix your X-ray machine that I salvaged for parts.
We need that.
All right, but I was using it so I could make the vending machine.
Why don't we?
I could leave him here if you wish.
Yeah, actually, can we do that? I mean, we need someone to stay behind and make sure the explosion goes off. Do you want to be Armada?
I look at him. It's gonna go off as soon as this thing starts moving.
So, do we need to jump onto the train, Eric? Like, what do we need to make a roll for this, or like?
No, like it's slowed down enough that you could get on it for sure.
Cool.
I am super on that train.
I am also super on that train. Like, is it like New York public transport style? Like, is it like multiple seats? Like, what's the deal there?
Right. No. So you guys are actually on a personless train. It is just carrying supplies and cargo.
Okay.
Oh,
Is there like hand holding poles and stuff?
Yeah. There's a couple of things like that because it could be like renovated, but like like all the seats and things like that are taken out of these ones. These are all just like for cargo
Hey.
shelves. This you can see it's carrying around like a bunch of food and like grain.
I say, hey Benny. Benedict.
yeah, Logan. Yeah.
Look, I will give you 15 credits right now if you lick that pole.
I look at him and I pull out the data pad.
No data pads. You just lick the pole.
No. I want to see the money enter my personal budget account.
You gotta lick the
before-
pole first before I pay you. That's how it works.
No,
You don't get
no.
you don't get pole. You don't get pre-pole licking money. Okay, that's not how we do things.
Okay. 8.5 credits now. 8.5 after I lick the pole.
You lick the pole, I'll pay you. Look, I'll pull out my thing and I'll be like, look, I'll push the button. Remember, you lick that pole.
His tongue like a
I want
like
a good lick on
like
that
a
too.
frog.
I want to see this thing. I want to see you lick it.
He's making eye contact with you, and he like opens up like the side of his mouth, and his tongue laps onto it like a frog, and then just rubber bands back in. Pay up.
I'll send him the credits. Send him credits. Yeah. And then I'll say to him, he's like, oh, that was worth it. I enjoyed that. That's the nicest thing I've seen since I've come to work with you people.
All right. So we should probably stock up on all this food. I am very hungry from using all of this psychic abilities. And he starts just eating the.
That's not yours. You can't do that.
And he like looks back, like face full of rations. They're shooting at us. They don't get food, and he continues to eat.
Benedictus.
Yeah, Doc.
Recall that one film that our good friend showed us? I do believe we need someone on top of the train in case there is a top of the train fight.
Yes, Mach 6, top of the train fight. I see it now. Benedictus, hero of his people, aka the only one left.
I like squint.
The last man standing. I
Oh,
believe
that's
is
a
the
perfect
phrase.
title. That's, oh man. I wouldn't say man.
Sure.
I'd say like last
Hold on a
child man standing.
Hold on a check. Should you be up there? Since you're the soldier, since you're the hired gun, I'm the engineer. I need to be down here just in case the train starts to malfunction.
Here's the thing. I'm being generous here. I've done this my entire life. Back on Earth, that's all we ever did was stand on top of trains and shoot things. You, on the other hand, you've never experienced it.
I've experienced plenty, thank you.
I don't think you've experienced this, though, friend.
I've experienced being shoved out of an airlock in the middle of a dreadnought fight.
Mm-hmm. But now you know not to do that anymore, right?
No, it was my idea. I had to shoot myself over to another dreadnought.
But you lived.
Yeah, and then I had to be thrown into a stasis sarcophagus.
But you lived.
I don't think you're grasping how a stasis sarcophagi. You know what? Fine. I'm getting up on top of the train, and I'm going to wrench people.
I love the idea that he turns his back. I just fist bump. Yick Venice. It's like
As the train continues to move, there's no way you're going to stand on top of this train, and there's not a lot of like extra space in these tunnels for these trains.
Oh yeah,
it's a pity.
So
Big
you realize
fella. It's a pity.
You got super pranked. You got super pranked.
It's a pity. Yeah, once in a lifetime opportunity, just completely gone. Train's too fast.
Oh yeah. He walks over
Your
to
supple,
Logan.
small body frame is not capable enough of withstanding Mach 6, so I understand.
He takes the head of his wrench and he goes for the gut. So
You're going for the what?
the gut. He takes his telekinetic wrench and he's slamming it into Logan's gut.
Try beat AC-17.
Yeah. Do it. You just laugh as it just it knocks off your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it just hit the armor, and then
No, I'm
Benny
not
was
wearing
just,
them. I'm wearing like a shirt and a pair of pants, man. I don't need
How the
them.
fuck do you
Yeah,
have
it's all his
AC-17 with
abs.
nothing?
Dude, listen. Warrior gets 1 AC, right? Dexterity bonus, 1 AC, and a trait that gives me 15 AC.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm wearing like a fucking Hawaiian shirt. Some equivalent. You know, you can't walk into here's the thing, you can't walk into a negotiation looking like you want to shoot people. All right? Rule number 1 of successfully shooting people in a negotiation. All right? That's it. Rule number 2 is hide a gun in your shoe.
I have to admit, I imagine your character just dressed like John McClane in Die Hard.
Yeah. Make fists with your toes. Son of a bitch.
I look at Didi. Remember that one protocol I told you to write? Yeah, we're gonna put it to use later.
How long is this train ride, Eric? Like what's the time period that we sort of in here for?
Right. So you have to go through the city proper, and as you guys are like relaxing, right, and joking on this train, you realize you're not the only ones on this train.
Oh shit! The boxes come to life.
They're all mimics.
Yeah.
Space
No.
mimics.
No, but like it takes a little bit, but then you actually all make notice checks for me, please.
All right. Using wisdom, intelligence, what have you?
Probably wisdom,
Everyone?
because you weren't actively looking for this. Yeah, everybody, please.
How's a 4? Is a 4 good?
Yeah. Okay.
Seven.
Dennis. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Yekthenes, you noticed something.
Go on.
And I think, and this is the reason why you do notice it's something. You hear the quiet chattering of another one of your kind.
What?
Oh shit!
When you say another one of
And
our
you
kind,
hear
you
it-
mean
hear it like
colony.
Yeah, another colony. And you can hear it like creeping like on the train closer to you. Like I think maybe through like a mirror reflecting through a like a train car with like poorly made window or whatever. You can see it. You could see it that it's another colony dressed up. It's got I mean, what would the armor of a Yekthenes like? What would like a military like group wear as a colony?
It probably would look like a very elaborate chitin.
Yeah. So it's clearly wearing like special forces like chitin armor, with like big, huge black like overlaying spiked like a crab, spiky kind of armor on it, and you can see it like getting sideways. It's clearly like holding something, like down and getting ready to like open the door to you guys. What do you do? What do you do, Yekthenes?
Well, if he's looking like he's gonna be aggressive, I might slice the door in half and try to get in too close for him to be able to use any sort of gun.
Yeah, you could totally try to get close to him and rush him to do that.
I
I'm
look at
not
you.
going to attack him directly, but I'm just gonna like, without warning, slice the door open, and then just be right in front of him.
Yeah, you're the only one. Yeah, you're the only one who noticed it too. So like,
Yeah.
Do we
Well,
notice her
even-
slicing
like-
through the door?
yeah, like
You
just
noticed
out
that.
of nowhere, Yekthenes just like shink and like gets in front of this guy who's wearing or this other colony that's like totally dressed up in a tactical uniform, and it's like confused to see another one of its kind here too. Maybe it doesn't know that there's I don't think there's too many colonies that are solars, like that are many like of the police forces.
Not, you know.
Yeah, so it's like really surprised to see you.
I will give
and-
it the kindest, most polite greeting I know.
What up?
Hello.
I look at Yekthenes after she slices through the door. All right, geez, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, like in front of you is like a 9-foot tall, like hulking, but weirdly stealthy, hulking, massive bugs, wearing this, or I guess singular bug at this point, wearing armor, like dressed for like it's clearly wearing like urban camouflage, like on itself, like over the armor that sort of like changes to be like with the lighting. And it's very confused and says, I guess I would probably say it in one more time. What is the species called again, Kika? Because it would say in Chinthazian. Yeah, that's right. The Chinthazian. It would say in Chinthazian. Chivazian. I'm gonna write that down. Don't forget it. Chivazian. It would say in Chivazian, we don't like. It says I don't want. Wait, it's like we don't want any trouble. Like I'm doing it. Like don't. No, hold on. This is. Wait. It's like hold on a second. It's confused and it's trying to buy time.
I look at you, Dennis. Do we smush it?
I ignore him and just say to him, "You think you need to work on your tactical approaching?"
It's it rudely or curtly responds, "It's good enough for these reptiloids."
But not good enough for us, it seems.
Like my job has nothing to do with solars, is what it says.
I respond, "Whoops, then you found some," in his language. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's like, look. It's going to spill the bean. It says to you guys and says, like, I have nothing to hide from you. Give me a lighter sentence. Do it, just get me out of this. But this is not about you. This is about the stuff going on out there. Right. I'm just, it's just like it's kind of cursing its luck, right? To be of all the trains to use as smuggling, it's there has to be the one with solars jumping on board to it.
I look between the two that are obviously speaking in the language. So do we smush it?
It hisses at you.
Okay, I think it's getting violent.
No, it's just.
I mean, it does. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. Calm down. Not everything needs to be killed outright.
I mean,
it curses at you for being a rude piece of shit. And like, and it probably says to you, Yikfin, is it says, like, how can you put up working with that insufferable cur?
We've yet to be able to catch him, just so its mouth shut.
Right.
Oh.
And it opens up one of the food crates near you that's like cut with a bunch of grain, and like it pulls out another one of its weapons that it's holding.
What is the weapon that it's holding, out of curiosity?
Sure. It's some sort of like, it looks like a laser weapon, but apparently it's modified in some way, because like, why are you bringing laser weapons to this planet? It makes no sense. And he says like, these ones apparently can affect the reptiloids.
Benny doesn't understand it.
I mean, he says reptiloids because like that's what he calls them instead of the Chandrans, or it calls them. It just goes like, that's I mean, it's speaking in Chevalian, so just so you guys know that. But
well, he looks at it like.
So you're
Benny
saying it has phasing technology on it, Rogarus? Actually, that's what I'll say. I'll say, like,
I mean,
are they modified with phasing technology then?
Right. It looks at you and says, and it says in Chevalian, it's like, I smuggle the things. I don't know.
Benny just sees
I'm here for a job just like you. I don't want any trouble. I don't know.
Well, we're taking the ship where we need to go. And whether or not you have a problem with that is whether or not we have a problem here, I guess, right?
It's wondering, so it sounds like you're going to ignore the fact that this thing is clearly smuggling weapons for somebody, and it's
I'm
that's
going
what
to
it
ask
sounds
who
like.
is smuggling, who they are smuggling these weapons for.
Benny's just looking through all the boxes looking for more weapons, and he starts piling them up.
Okay.
Mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you just saw this like it's called a Chevalian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Chevalian.
just saw this Chevalian Chavazian pull out a weapon out of a food thing. He doesn't understand what the hell's going on, so he's like, "Oh yeah, Look at all these weapons. I thought this was just food. Now this is mine.
They're smuggling it. It's not ours to touch.
I look at them, but smuggling's illegal. Aren't we cops?
Yeah, but I don't care that much.
Yeah, but we could salvage this.
Mm-hmm. I just sort of let Yukthinas do the negotiation here. It's her people. Or his people. I forget which sex you're going with, Kika, sorry.
It says it's in once again, and I guess it's probably going to try to crudely speak common for everyone else so they know what's going on. Also, so Derek and the ancillary can probably understand it. It says it's working with a branch of the church. It's working with some group called the Communion of White and Red, which apparently is a like you guys would know that's not it's a Chandran church, but it's a heretical branch.
Is it related to those pirates?
They're not no, these are not the pirates.
Okay.
This is another heretical branch.
Jeez, these guys have a lot of problem with heretical branches.
You get the impression that they're really quick labeling people heretics. I mean, for what it's worth, our poor Guru Rao got labeled a heretic. Apparently, heretical is just whoever, what's heretical and what isn't is who wins.
Did we step out of Stars Without Number and into 40K?
I mean, as far as these reptilian Chandrans go, I mean, they are kind of an ecclesiocracy, and labeling your enemies as enemies of the faith seems to work pretty well.
Yeah.
Benny
looks at you. Then ask him how much.
I mean, he can hear you.
Right.
Do you know what they're planning to do with these weapons?
Once it looks at you and says, not my. It's I don't get paid to ask. My client told me to give me these weapons here into a safe place, is what he says, in Poya City.
Oh, we're going right by that. We're not stopping.
Right. Look.
Yes. We believe this train is most likely being pursued now. So we do not think stops would be advisable.
Is there any way you can make an exception for me on my account?
Is there any reason we should?
I start doing this.
Yeah.
Like behind Yukthinas' back,
Yeah, it rolls its eyes and it says, well, it's like, I won't have the money until you're long gone. How will I get it to you? I tell you what, take one of these, but like it doesn't want to it wants to have a deal, right? So it's not trying to throw this away. Mm-hmm. It says, I will give you one of these crates. Each crate has 2 of these laser guns as collateral. We agree to meet. We agree to meet in 2 weeks, and he says 2 weeks at, and he's gonna come up with a place. I have to figure it out, but he's gonna go like later on, off system, away from here. We're gonna rendezvous. We'll make the trade. You give me back the guns. I give you the money. Everything's good. We don't see each other ever again.
I'm curious, Eric. So phasing technology is what you described. Basically, these guns do, and that's pretty pricey, right? That's 10,000 credits per modification, right? If we were to just take the guns, could we theoretically then just take the phasing tech off of that and put that onto the guns that we want it to be on?
Theoretically, yeah, but then you wouldn't get any money from this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
So phasing tech.
Ostensibly, he's making more money than the phasing tech, right?
Yeah. So the phasing tech is like it's +1, like and to attack rolls with everything. So you can put that on anything. You can put that on a weapon. You can put that on a melee weapon. You can put that on a gun, and it'll basically allow you to like circumnavigate armor values. So it's really really good. The problem is that applying it is actually really difficult to do it, right? That the modifying the weapon is the hardest part, right? Not the actual purchasing. So maybe, like, if we ask him who modified this, maybe that would be the route that we would want to go. And we can take one of these boxes as collateral, but he would need to bring whoever modified these weapons to the meet. In order to have this guy modify our weapons, essentially.
Right. This guy is clearly like low in the totem pole as far as like the order of where this thing goes, and he says he's like, "Ooh, you're asking a lot from me." I don't know if I
try and sweeten the pot as much as I can. I mean, you're asking a lot from us. You want us to stop our escape vehicle in order to let you off while we're being pursued. So, you know.
So he gives their name, or it gives their name. It's Rixelclicks.
That's such a cool name. That's like a cereal box too. I can see. Yo, give me a bowl of that Rixelclicks. Oh yeah, nice.
Here you go. I tried my best. I posted in chat here on Twitch, so you can see it.
Would you know them, Kiko? Or Yekthenis?
No. Unless you deal with Chavavrian. Sorry, I'm gonna get it right one time. Shivazian Prime. A lot.
No. Yekthenis is not really super fond of Chavazians who get involved in crime, so she's kind of being civil out of convenience right now.
Yeah.
So,
look, I'm not, and he says, this is what yeah, this okay. This is what Rixelclick's gonna say to y'all. Look, this is, I can't promise to get, this is asking who made this stuff, and that is beyond what Rixelclick knows. I was told to deliver this stuff. I was told I'm supposed to give this directly to the group of white and red or whatever their church is called. I don't care. Look, and apparently it's supposed to help the gender thing, and apparently like they're like, and he started saying like, there's some fucked up shit going on this planet, right?
You bet.
Like, this is something you guys should be doing. And look, I'm just trying to make a little money here and there. Like, that's all they're saying.
Yes, it is very strange how they only have 2 individuals involved in mating, and the concept of their genders is quite odd.
Yeah, even humans have more than 2 people when they mate. It's normally a group effort, like.
We just come out of a genetic printer, basically.
I turned to Sword and I was like, how do you make babies?
In detail, do you put in a USB into a USB port?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? You don't.
Well, no, he like brain melts people. You are my child now. Come here.
Well, yeah, but like you don't like pass on your genes or anything like that or get printed. You're just an entity that exists for infinity, or at least until something kills you or entropy gets you.
Entropy.
We do not have offspring, but we can consume other AI identities. I guess the equivalent of mating for you, but it would be very hard for you to understand.
I assume you've seen what everyone does when they do mate because you're an AI, and if it's anything like the internet, well, then you must be literally filled with those sorts of imagery.
I am physically capable of doing it, though I do not hold any special desire for that.
See, now you got us talking to AI about banging. I hope you're happy. I turn to the dude that's in the room with us.
There's actually 10 different species in my ancillary host. I could do it in more ways than you could, though, as I said, I do not hold any special desire for that.
Let's page this conversation for when we have a bit more time. Because don't get me wrong, I'm interested. I just think we have more pressing things to deal with right now.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. So, if ever.
So what's
the deal with what do you guys want to do with Rixiclix and their smuggled weapons?
Honestly,
he's not able to promise that he can get his client or his client's contacts to go to this meet at all.
Okay, well,
he doesn't have that sort of clout. He said it said it could try, but
well, that's the thing. We have clout, right? And we're willing to meet with them. So shouldn't he pass on the message that there are Solars that want to talk to this weapon manufacturer?
Right. They don't want to. They're not. I don't run in the circles that want to work with Solars.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Because I don't think we're going to let you off then. By the sounds of things, right, guys? I mean, like we're not really getting anything out of this. I mean, you can go to the end of the line and then sort out your shit from there. Because that's what's going to happen.
Benny is now just idly dismantling one of the rifles he pulled out from the grain box.
Do we as a group share language that is uncommon to other races?
That's what I was trying to ask last time.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really anything that we have, right?
Benny could have taught you guys Zyamedian because nobody speaks Zyamedian anymore.
But it as part of you completing jobs and having downtime and stuff like that on trips between planets, learning languages is a thing you can do and sort of spend time.
Yeah, I can actually learn languages really easily.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it is for everyone else. But I assume that we can have a single language, right? Like,
you do. There is a single trade language, right? There's racial languages or special languages. I mean, technically, even Chandras have 4 languges.
Earth has tons of languages that I could theoretically use in this instance that
exactly
anyone else would have. Right?
So not everything has a monoculture, so it's very difficult, and which is totally cool. But it means learning languages. You hope that they speak the trade language, which is for us it's English, but for them it's whatever, right? In the actual game, it's probably some pidgin combination of everything. But
can I just take out my compad and text them from behind my back?
I like the idea that you text us and everyone has a ringtone that goes off, and we all pull out our things. We're like,
all of a sudden, Mamma Mia starts playing out of Benedictus's back pocket. I really like that show.
Look, I love that you guys are enjoying my culture so much, but it's really weird to hear ABBA. It's really weird to hear ABBA when we're driving a mag train while being chased by robots.
Hey, ABBA is a wonderful, inspiring singer. Don't you talk about somebody of your
group of people, but
what?
Yeah.
It's just not what. It's not one person.
Yeah.
The text says.
God. Okay.
We could just arrest this guy and confiscate all the weapons.
I look down at it. I look at Yektenis, looks at the other, pulls out his wrench, still humming.
I'm very non-committal about all of that, but sure, if you want to, if a group decision is enforced. But here's the thing, right? Let's say we take this train to the end of the line. I don't think we're going to have enough time to, transport goods from one thing to the ship. I just don't think we're going to have enough time for that.
We don't have time.
Yeah, that's the only problem that I have with that idea. Otherwise, I would have done it. But I think theoretically speaking, letting him do this with the word that maybe he'll want to be friendly with us later on might be a better option. than anything.
And give you two of the guns.
It's gonna, it promises if you let them off, it will leave a crate of these weapons with you, as sort of like, you know, the collateral, and be like, I can give you a cut of this money. I can give you like a 10% cut, which for them is it's 100,000 credits.
Yeah, but we have to stop the train, Eric. That's the problem that we're.
Yeah, it does. It means you have to stop the train, but it's 1,000,000 credits, and so.
Can I make a negotiation roll with him and say, look, we will not stop the train, but we will let you go for half that amount.
Wait. If
That sounds like you're going to kill him by kicking him off a moving train. I'm not sure that's what he meant. So,
No,
like, what do you mean?
I mean,
by that?
he's going to ride to the end of the line with us where we're going, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to take our collateral, and we're going to leave. And then if he ever comes back with us, he only has to pay us 50,000 instead of 100,000. But he has to go to the end of the line, and we're not stopping the train.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because yeah.
Alternatively, if we are stopping the train there and they have things set up for an exchange to happen safely, perhaps they could also smuggle us out.
That's not a bad idea. I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. All right, I'm willing to go with that one. Yeah.
You want to use their contacts to get for extraction? Yeah.
Kika, that's all you. That's your idea. Make it work.
Yeah. While that's going on, real quick, there's an alert that comes on from the VI transit system, right, to you and says, "Caution! Due to political infighting, delays have been caused on the Taupe, Ruby, and Sapphire lines." And it's
I like look up at the map. It's like,
board.
which one are we on again? I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, because it's just like this huge overlay 3-dimensional grid that just looks impossible to
It's
navigate.
like a Doom map. It's just like
yeah. It's fucking like Dinoja Quaid's designed this map, right? And it's just like all over the place. And yeah, so anyways, like yeah, it's due to the conflicts outside. Okay. Anyways, Kika.
Yes, I will turn to this alien and say, supposedly your contacts would have things arranged for you to be extracted safely after the exchange is made, correct?
Well, and looks at you and says, "Yeah, but what do you?" It doesn't. It's trying to pick up that you're insinuating that you don't have a safe way out of here, right? Like it doesn't. It never would have thought that the Solars, that you guys are actually involved in the political infighting right now, and like you're like related to this. Because obviously it hasn't seen Guru Rao yet. Like your guys are talking in this other card here. And so it's a little perplexed, being like, yeah, but what is, I mean, Rixoclix can get out of here. What do you need? I'm confused. Yeah.
well, we just need you. And if you're capable of this, the deal will be a lot easier for you. We need you to take us to a place outside the city once we drop you off. Because once this train stops, well, whatever's chasing us is going to be catching up, so we'll be in your hands.
It would be safer for all of us, yourself included.
The alternative is that we all go to the end of the line instead of stopping, so...
Right. It's like, well, if I have a choice between going to the end of the line or having a couple solar guards, well, I would appreciate your company, it says. And yeah, we'll wait till okay, but yeah, you guys can get off in the middle of the city, but then you guys have to deal with everything that's going on in the city and trying to figure out a new way of getting what are you gonna, so I guess the big question I guess we did come over here is what are you gonna tell Guru Rao right now?
Right. I mean, like, so I go to, it's like I go down to Guru Rao and I go down to his level and in his language I'll say, look, there's a good chance that this train has been tracked and they'll know where we're going and we're probably going to be walking into a trap. So we found an alternative way. We're going to be smuggled out of this city with some people who know what they're doing. The problem is that you have a face, and that face is recognizable by just about everyone here. So you and your guard buddies are going to have to drop the facade and maybe put on something less identifiable, maybe.
Or we can smash his face so it's unrecognizable.
I'm speaking his language.
Are we going to do plan face off?
So that you can't do this, kid.
So Guru Rao is a little confused by it because it says my pheromones can be detected by anyone. It's impossible to impersonate
So we'll get you
someone
some
else.
Max body spray. You'll be fine. Just
What?
It's a device that we have where I'm from that covers up your pheromones. Very effective for actually attracting a female companion, apparently.
I walk up to the Logan. I tug on his pant leg. Hey, what are you saying?
Oh, we're talking about deodorant.
All right. Why?
He wants to know how to attract a female mate. I'm giving him advice.
Did you tell him about the Axe body spray?
Yeah, actually, that's what I'm talking about. I love the idea that I love this character and I love expressing myself through stupid human builds and then like having everyone around me like just also be aware of all this stuff. Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Yes, we've heard it.
Yeah, we've seen the advertisements. You watch them on replay. Why?
So Logan, for everybody in the room who can't speak multiple freaking languages, what are we doing?
Oh, we're gonna get off at the next city so that we can avoid walking into a trap at the end of the line. And
okay.
And our good friend here is gonna smuggle us out.
Oh yeah, no, I could do that. And he goes over to one of the boxes of wheat, pops open the lid, jumps in it, and closes the lid on top of him.
Mm-hmm. So, how do we disguise your scents then? Is there a way to do that?
Many have tried, but nothing has been possible.
What if we rub something really smelly on you? Does it work like that? What if we put...
both of his guards kind of snigger and they go, no. The twin sons cannot allow us to hide ourselves. We must be who we are.
But what about if you don't want to be who you are?
What if we put him on a crate?
Not possible.
We could put him in a crate. The other thing that we could do is we could put him in some sort of like suit. Like a vac suit or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of possible. Yeah, that might work.
We could remove his pheromone glands.
Hard no.
That is we'll
brainstorming.
We'll put that on the table.
I pop out of the box. Why don't we put him in a box?
Because people can still smell him.
Not when they smell grain.
Grain smells like nothing. Okay.
I can make it smell like something.
These things. So it's just so you know, like Chandrans don't really smell to you, but to other Chandrans, they can immediately know who someone is.
Okay. So can you put it? Can you create any sort of like force bubble or something like that, Alex or Benedictus?
I could. Well, it doesn't say that
you can create a suit of armor, right?
I can use telekinetic armor. It doesn't say it has to be for me though. It just says,
you You can make it like
Armor may be created as part of his power, granting the psychic a base. Oh, the psychic. Well, he's a psychic.
okay.
Yeah, they are psychic, but once again they cannot mask their pheromones. Like unless you're like physically going to manipulate space around them, you know, like maybe you can do something like that. But
how about this?
It's a trait that's what they are. They can't hide who they are.
How about this? If anybody looks at you like they recognize you, we just knock them out.
What if it's an entire city? Do you not want to knock out an entire city?
We should just put him on a crate.
We just put you in a crate. We'll put you in a crate. What could go wrong? Right?
Right.
What could go wrong?
We could vacuum seal the crate.
And then
no
you can't
scent.
breathe. Then you can't breathe. That's bad. Look, get in the crate, and it'll be fine. We can pour some beans on you. It'll be fine.
Well, Zymedian bodily fluids are rather,
Look,
disgusting.
no one's gonna put your shit on anyone. Okay, don't worry about it.
Whoa, no, not feces. That's how you get pink eye.
Could we overload their olfactory sensors so that they are unable to smell?
What I'm saying is I could pee on him.
No one's gonna let you pee on them.
But it's going to mask his scent. He's going to smell like Zymedian pee. Nobody knows what that smells like.
Thank God for that. Okay, we're going to stick him in a crate. I think that's really all we can do, right? Like, we don't have any options. Unless you want to, like, pour coolant on the man or something like that.
Let's not vacuum seal the crate, but let's pour coolant all over him. That thing's poison. That's poison.
All right, so I think we're just going to smush him in a crate.
If only we had some sort of air filtration system.
Yeah.
That we could affix to a suit. Does this train have air filters?
I guess they would because we're breathing right now.
Yeah.
Could you?
Could I? Are you asking me if I could dismantle something? Of course I could dismantle something.
I am asking in the polite, could you?
Oh.
The hypothetical, could you?
I mean, of course I can. Do you want it ripped out of the thing, or would you like it delicately removed?
Dismantler's preference.
Ooh. I like it.
Just make sure that the train can stop. Still.
All right, so I'm not gonna rip it out with psionics, and he like climbs up to the air conditioning unit, and he starts pulls out his meta tool, and he starts removing.
So I guess what we're trying to build is like trying to make a suit so that he can go in it and not be recognized. Does anyone have a vac suit on them then? Because it'd be pointless if we didn't have a vac suit.
I start checking crates.
What type of crates were there? Just food and stuff and smuggling guns, yeah? That's it?
Yep. Yeah, they're all filled with there's about 15 crates.
And there's no like any other crates, any other transport goods in here at all?
Any other cars?
Not in this car, but like the other cars and stuff also have crates with
all right, so specifically we're going to look for
grains, produce.
Yeah. Maybe looking for like specifically like, well, actually they wouldn't have any because they never go into fucking space. I don't think we're going to find anything.
Oh, all right. He takes the air conditioning and he's going to jury rig a air recycler, so it sucks in the air and then converts it back into breathable air, so it just recycles the air, hopefully just creating an infinite loop where it masks his pheromones.
Yes, that was the idea.
How are you going to put that on a crate?
He's going to modify the crate.
Okay.
So he takes one crate and he cuts out the bottom of it and he affixes this other crate. Well, he's going to have to roll to jury rig this system, but he's going to fix it to the top of the crate that Guru Rao is in, and then he's going to take the now hollow crate and place it over it and make it look like they're carrying two crates.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I love that plan. That's a cool plan. Okay. So obviously we need to like fix this together, right?
Yep. So let's roll fix.
What's the is it an airtight crate? I assume it would have to be, right?
Well, you're gonna have to make it an airtight crate.
Yeah. And then 11.
That'll probably do it.
11 will absolutely do it. Wow, you are an expert at this. Yeah, okay.
I like
Cool.
to get a flashback, and his only thing that he was doing on the planet, like he wasn't like some, pioneer or some admiral or anything like that up high. He was just like the box maker on the...
I was gonna say he has a little reward from like 10 years of service at Boxco. most valuable employee is just his face on like all of them.
But you know what they say about the people, the victors at the end of the life, they're the one that gets to make the history. So he might have been a king. He could say that.
So we're just joshing about that. But you make a really, really fine stealth crate that's able to more or less hide their pheromones and also let Guru Rao actually breathe so they don't die in the airtight case. So good job.
Before we like seal it up, I say, all right, it's not as good as me peeing on you, but
could you stop bringing up your fetishes to this man?
What's a fetish?
It's a group thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. But this crate is going to allow you to recycle your air and your pheromones, so people can't detect you. Now, if for any reason the apparatus fails, scream extremely loud.
But they can't. They just whisper.
Hey guys.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, so you guys need to all right, so I guess we're gonna smash cut to you guys, the train stopping for you all. Right.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Made the sound effect.
Yeah. So you guys aren't all smuggling yourselves, right? You're just smuggling.
Fuck no, I'm just gonna walk out there like a normal person. I don't care.
I'm wearing a hat.
Oh damn.
I'm in a box.
Where'd you get the hat from?
I made it.
You didn't think to ask if I wanted a cool team specific hat to look like you would have the same hat? I want a hat like that.
Benedict pops out of his box, also wearing a hat.
Yeah.
It was more of like a spur of the moment kind of thing.
So here's a good question.
I did make one
All
for
right.
you, but Benedictus ate it.
It was delicious.
I hate that guy.
So here's a question for you guys. They weren't. All right, the smugglers were not expecting, like this heretical branch was not expecting to see anyone else here.
Oh, I'll shake their hands and be cheerful and convince them otherwise.
Right. So let's do that because they're like super well guarded, and obviously Rixel Clicks comes out in the armor being like, hold on, okay guys, so I got everything what you want, but there's also something else. And
Wee little change of plans.
There's a wee little change of plans, and all of a sudden there's like, so you guys are in front of about a crew of about 50 or so guards. They're all I mean, they're all wearing white and red, like military kind of like garb, like fancy military garb. I mean, you guys wouldn't know this, but for the fun fact, they're all female. And they all, as soon as Bristleclick
Now I
says
really
that,
wish I had some Axe body spray. You know
as-
what I'm saying?
as soon as Bristleclick says that, there's about 49 guns get raised, like immediately, being like there's a slight problem.
I don't even go for mine, you know. I just
Right. But he's like, no, it's not that bad. It's not bad. Like everything's here. And like he like drags out one of the boxes and opens it and shows like the goods, right? It shows like the laser guns. But then would you who gets off the train first to kind of
yo.
All right. So you have 49 guns trained at you.
Mm-hmm. It's like, salutations, everybody. Hi, how you doing? The name's Logan. Pleasure to meet you all. Solar, by the way, just so you know.
Murmurs echo through the crowd, being like, "Solar's here. Like this can't be good for our agreement. You know, our stealth."
Don't worry about your agreement. We've come to a beneficial term for everyone involved. We're gonna overlook this little transgression that everyone here has decided is what they want to do. You know, your planet, you can do whatever you want. However, we need a wee little favor from you all to make that transgression disappear, as it were. You need to take this crate, and I like slap the top. It's like, and my crew, which you know, dramatically emerging from the train as I speak.
I pop out of the crate with one of the phaser guns, dramatically.
And you need to take us to a nice and safe location where we can remove ourselves from your entire understanding. That way, we don't have to bother you anymore, and you can go about your merry ways of shooting and doing whatever it is that guns do.
So they want. So you don't want to deal with you're keeping that crate?
Yes,
right?
This crate right here. This is the crate that we're keeping. I'm rubbing it from top to bottom. Yeah.
We paid for those crates.
Don't worry, what you paid for is in other crates. This crate has something else in it.
What? They say.
Now, if I told you that, it would be a problem. All you need to know is that you need to take us and this crate to somewhere safe, and we'll be out of your hair in no time. Sorry, scales. Out of your. We won't be your problem anymore.
That sounds well and good, but we're not going anywhere. You tell us what's in that crate.
Could we have had like a false top in the crate we made and filled it with hats?
Where would you have a million hats? No, there's no.
Yes,
I like where your head's at, but no.
Well,
the false bottom crate though is totally possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like have like grain on top.
Let me stipulate this with it. Let me stipulate your question with another question. That way you can understand the predicament that you're in. Solars, you piss us off, we send a message that sends the war fleet down on here, and whatever you're trying to do here doesn't matter anymore. You help us, no problems on your bench, and you get all the guns you want.
Here's counter proposal.
Oh, okay. I'd love to hear what you have. I'm not open to negotiation here, just so you know.
If you were counter proposal, we have reason to believe that Solars are smuggling us fellow Chandrans off here and selling them as slaves off planet. And so if there is a female Chandran in that box, all the fire of our twin suns could come down on here, and that's okay. But you'll be dead.
Now, why would we go to so much effort to take a female of your species off planet? Exactly.
You tell us, Solar. Tell us what's in that crate, and hope it's not another to-be Chandran slave.
Well, you're never going to work that out, because unless you want the entire solar military force literally on your doorstep, you're going to have to do what we say.
I think we should do a negotiation roll.
I think so too.
Wait, this is in the trade language, right?
Yeah. No, this would be in their language, I guess. But
Yeah.
I would, stipulate.
It could be
anything.
maybe it's switched to regular language.
Okay, sure.
I mean, it's up to you. That's your prerogative here.
Yeah, I would have switched. Yeah.
Because
Especially when I start bringing in the threat, right? Like I would switch so that everyone could be
everyone knows. Yeah.
wised up.
as soon as you threaten them, I'll step up and say, I am an ancillary host of the sort of Atacari ship. I am one line of code away from sending an FTL drone to the solar.
FTL drone. That stands for faster than light travel drone, in case you were wondering. That means faster than the light. They will have the message, and then, you can do the math. So
the congregation of red and white are prepared to die for our cause.
But you won't even get to the cause, is what I'm saying.
And so be it. You'll be dead too. We need to know you are not smuggling innocent Chandrans to become the next hosts to whatever AI or whatever you sell them to.
No, there's nothing like that in here. You're just gonna have to trust us.
That's weird because my ancillary host is reptilian.
Yeah.
Can I lean
you're
over
the
to,
croc, super croc one. Yeah.
Can I lean over to Logan and say kind of looking like I'm trying to be quiet, but I'm really not, and be like, there's been Solar smuggling these people?
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Don't worry about that right now.
Shouldn't we get as much information about that as we can, though, so we can stop them?
This group is clearly not in a position to be helpful right now.
Yeah.
Just so you know. Rixel Click is trying their best also to be like, hold on, okay, I'm still getting paid, right? This is not me. I did my job. I want to go now.
I look at Logan and Yiktenis. So I don't understand. I don't understand whisper stuff. Are we good, or do I gotta
Let me
myself?
roll some dice real quick and let's work that out. Eric,
Yeah.
What would you say the DC of this is, my man?
This would be a versus test because they're trying to get their way too, right?
All right.
So we're rolling the open. Don't worry, that means it's going to be like a 2 or whatever because my rolls, right? Yeah.
Try beating 11. Let's go.
No, I don't. Okay.
I like the idea that Derek, not Derek, Sword pulls out some sort of BB thing. One push of this button.
So they're not. So they can't be. So fictionally, they're not going to be kowtowed here to be like, oh, that's fine. We're going to give you a pass, right? Like that's not who these people are. Mm-hmm. So what do you say, or what promise, what kind of swear, what do you do to make sure that they believe you, right? Like what is that?
Well, okay, so maybe we are setting a precedent here, but is there a word of a solar that's worth more or something like?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, by the power invested in me by the solar of blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I promise you that there is nothing of the sort within this crate.
Okay. And they there's this tense air, and she puts up her hand and puts it down to so everyone lowers their weapons, right? And she goes, very well.
That's what I like.
We believe you. All right. And because we got so little time left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Smash cut to you guys getting smuggled through the city. And eventually you guys have to basically kick it with an armed escort of House Rao's guards out of the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys arrive back on the sort of Atagaris, heading out to space. Probably getting ready to write up your mission report to send to the Solars. But that will be a thing that we're going to be doing. You guys returning to base and traveling and stuff will be what we'll be doing next session.
Cool.
But good fucking shit, everybody, today. That was tense and awesome and cool. Yeah. So good shit.
So what was everyone's one session goal today?
Oh, mine was to figure out the uses of the sword tech, but we couldn't do it until we got back to this ship.
Yeah, so mine was return back to the sword with the artifact in hand, which I think we did. So how much is that worth? 1 or 2?
1 experience.
Okay.
You guys should all actually have 1 extra experience anyways from last session, right?
Okay.
Like you shouldn't have 0 experience.
Okay.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy. All right, cool. 2 experience points. Fuck yeah.
But that was intense. That was fun. I really liked this session.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I thought we all got to do some cool shit today, which is always nice when everyone gets to do cool shit.
It feels good to fall into the characters finally. Kiko,
Hilarious. It was good.
Derek, what was your session goal?
Mine was just to get back to the ship.
What was yours, Derek?
Mine was find a way to steal, copy, or replicate the sword tech encryption. We didn't get to do that.
Okay, so me and Kika get a session XP. Sweet.
Well, right, here's what I would say. Ostensibly, Derek, we're gonna be doing that probably like at the start of next session, anyways. So kind of like in Mouse Guard, like when there's never like you kind of like basically completed the goal. If you want, you could give yourself a reward of that goal, and we can probably start next session with that sort of thing, right? As you guys are traveling through space, and we're dealing with the sword encryption stuff on the ship.
Okay.
Does that sound good? Like, are we cool with like basically? I'm going to give you that extra point of experience right now,
Sure.
so you can have it next
But
session.
I think it should work for Alex too. It's basically the same.
I was just going to make the argument that would tie into my goal of just figuring out what it is.
Right. Yeah. I agree. And so then so how about you guys both get that goal and we just start next session. The very first scene is like on the ship with that stuff going on, right?
Okay.
Cool.
So that's 1 XP, right?
Yeah, 1 XP.
Yes. Yep.
So you need a total of 3 to level up. So you should have 2. Everyone should have 2, basically. All right, cool. So that was a cool session. Let's do some shout outs and wrap this bitch up. Let's start off with Derek, aka Elvin Tower. What up, sir? How you doing? Where can people find you?
Hey there. I'm an independent creator. I do RPG maps for mostly fantasy games like Dungeons and Dragons. I have my website, which is elventower.com, and my Patreon page, which is patreon.com/elventower.
Sweet. Zippy, where can people find you?
You can find me here on Twitch at Zippy_Zippo, where we just do a bunch of variety games.
Nice.
And I bounce around the other Twitch and Twitterverse doing a bunch of other tabletop RPGs.
Cool. Kika, where can people find you?
You can find me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Kika. That's twitch.tv/KKK, and on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVO.
Sweet. And last but not least, we have our sandwich maker for the session, Eric Vulgaris. Where can people find you?
Yeah, twitch.tv/Eric Vulgaris, twitter.com/Eric Vulgaris, youtube.com/Eric Vulgaris, ericvulgaris.com, everything. myspace.com/Eric Vulgaris.
Pornhub.com.
Eric Vulgaris 2020.
Yeah.
Nice, guys. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed this session. We'll be back. I don't think we'll be back next week, actually, because Derek, you said you're going to be out, right?
Yes, I won't be able to play next week.
Okay. So, unfortunately, unless, Eric, you want to do some sort of weird side story or something like that, I
actually had an idea. But I don't know if it works, Eric. If that sword tech encryption, if there's a way for the ship to like incorporate it to its source code, that might be a thing that could take some time. And meanwhile, the rest of the team could do something while I do a system update.
That's if you get the sword tech.
Yeah, like there's reasons to say that you getting the sword tech for the Sword of Artagarus is in question, and it's not guaranteed. If it was guaranteed, I would have no problem with that. We should talk off camera.
All right, we'll talk off camera. Keep an eye on the Discord if you want more information about if we're going to go up or not. We have a daily stream coming up pretty soon, which is probably going to be Pillars of Eternity, Deadfire, And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, follow the channel. If you're feeling saucy, subscribe. And if you missed anything and you want to check out the archives, head on over to the YouTube channel. But until then, have a good one. We outie. Bye-bye.